All right, hello friends. Yesterday, we made it to Ulth after 5 days of traveling from Geharik, the fishing village. We arrived in about mid-afternoon, about 4 or 5 o'clock. So first off, we noted the city, kind of the marshland just outside, and then suddenly the plain just leading up to. No, I'm not saying that. The plain leading up to the wooden walls of the city. When we entered, so the entirety of the city was contained inside these wood walls, which is very uncommon. Some of the things we noted. We noted the 5 sectors of the city. The Gor. Do I need to do this?
Gorth Arms.
The Bazaar, the Uthani
Utha,
communes, Gul.
Kalak.
I don't even know how to pronounce any of these. Gulagoth, Garrison, the Keep, or Gorthan's Fist, and the Jen Cattell communes.
No, that's
Yes, anyways, we saw a lot of Orcish and Goblin people, are the main races that live here. We finally arrived. We noted some things about the guards, Gortham's Fist, the guards, their high quality armor and weaponry and even clothing. We learned a little bit about the deities that are here in Maruth and that are worshipped here in Maruth. Then we finally met Gortham. We learned about 3 villages that were slaughtered and destroyed above and beyond Geharik, the one that we left. It's been decided that Ulf and Raihan plans to march in 2 days. Goal is to converge on Nicodramus and cut a line north of Zem for Gortham, basically to rule or to take over as his. We learned a little bit about the special forces that are in the garrison for the Hydras in Zem. Gortham would like us to assassinate 2 targets for him in return for like his help, essentially. Barkatani Letham, who is a water genasi. He's the director of informational operatives and commandant of the Blue Hydras. They're the ones that found the key that we're looking for, so he should be our primary target for our campaign reasons. And then Balfate Kent, who is a tiefling. He's the Lord Commander of the 14th Mounted Battalion of Eodids. Anything extra we can do there, if we can blow up a bunch of Eodids, he's sending us with a couple barrels or a single barrel, whatever it is. I don't remember.
He's sending you with a couple of the barrels you guys brought. You guys
That we brought.
brought 3 with you.
Okay, so probably we're taking two or all of them with us to try and blow up a bunch of Eodids prior to, if we can, the conflict that's about to occur. We also learned that Gortham and his family know several languages, which is kind of suspicious. They can read and write and speak them. He has 2 children. Danny got to meet Professor Jonathan Rigota of the Starspire Academy of Zeppel. Zeppel. So we learned about that. And then to end it, Phelan and Danny had a little conversation about our suspicions about the raids and the slaughter of the 3 most recent cities that have died, or that have just been wiped off the map.
The note she forgot was that the 2 kids' names were Shagrad and Shagarat. She also forgot to mention that Bjorn rolled a 25, winning a drinking contest, besting 2 orcs and the captain, and having 2 of his companions lose in the bet. Winton lost 5 gold pieces. Orville lost 200 gold pieces.
Incorrect. I only lost 50.
You said 200. Why do I have 200?
He bet 200.
Oh, he bet 200.
But no one else bet as much, so.
Oh, I did not hear that. I heard
Get
200.
bumped.
He bet 200.
I did, and that's why I won.
Also, the languages that they heard them speak were Elvish and Celestial.
Right.
Nerds.
I was waiting for someone to say
give
it.
Which
her-
are
I'm just gonna
Celestial is
not
the language
done.
of the royals of the Caladrin and Catonic empires, and Elvish is Elven is the
Elven's
family's
cool.
tongues of the Iberian Empire,
Zach.
which is big things to
Much
know.
of
They're
the-
learning
the
royal
American-
languages.
Is he very
just hand out the
Confederacy?
Reese's so that they should.
Very
Is it very Confederacy and Zimnian and the other
Just
story
throw
about
it
both
at
kids?
Throw a pop at him.
It's what's
That's
Galadriel
You guys
then?
should be paying attention.
I know all
These
of
are
these
paying
things.
attention until
Thank you.
a certain point.
These are solid.
I thought we only got one of the kids' names.
I have about half of
No,
them
I
written
got
down,
both.
and
I
pretty
couldn't
much all
remember
of
the other
it's
one.
new.
I got
Shagrad.
I got Shagr.
Yeah, that's one I got. I got the eldest. I didn't think we got.
So
the
what's
other
the
child.
difference in the spelling?
Oh my gosh, that sounds super racist.
Shagrat and Shagrat.
Bjorn is appalled by you can't telling the difference.
I'm adding that to the
Is it
notes.
I guess
Hello?
Bjorn,
Like
the
rock
mega racist
or
against
rock?
orcs, is offended on behalf of the
And
world.
goblins.
The
I know
notes I
their
have on your
names.
character, I'm adding racist.
Wait, to her character?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
Yours has been there.
So,
Bjorn just doesn't want to be a racist publicly.
not public.
What?
Not to
Whose
As-
mouth got sealed for racist shit?
I didn't say anything. I said, who's they?
As we return
That was my favorite part of this.
into the city of Ulf for our 7th session,
You're running chords, right?
recording's been since Claire
Yeah,
took
sorry.
her monologue.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the outburst
The
was
monologue.
On Kosher
It's
19,
cold. You want?
we are now 10 days.
Comrade.
This is the start of the 10th day post the attack on the Cannon Fire shipping post.
Damn, 5 days, 5 more days
10.
have passed.
10.
Well, you guys had a 4-day travel.
Boat
We got
to
there
get
5
to
days
land.
after departure.
Yeah, 4 days to travel to the
A day to
land.
be there.
Pretty much 5 days to land, 5 days to here, effectively.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry.
So you're 10 days post Cannon Fire shipping post. So, you all wake.
Not against.
Bjorn, you're a little affected from the last evening.
Am I?
A little bit. A little bit. You're a little tipsy. Not incredibly so.
I'll roll for
Because
that.
it's not.
You're a little tipsy.
It is no.
Um,
One's only a little tipsy. Let's fix that.
I'm going to go off of the from what I know of Sean in my mind. He probably did not sleep much last night.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
Too busy fact.
Give me the tootsies.
On the public recording.
I can't believe it.
I don't believe anything. I don't care. Thomas is straight up. It's
I know, it's not
crazy
nasty
shit.
shit.
And I'm just like, okay, I'll leave it in.
I'll leave it in.
Look, if YouTube decides it wants to strike my 9 subscriber channel that only my friends watch the videos of,
Well, we got
they're
9.
welcome to. I'll just
We're up to
make them.
9.
Yeah, most of them are people who play anime games.
I'm one of them.
I'm one of them too.
I've never once watched a YouTube video of yours.
Yeah,
Same.
maybe you should.
I've literally never.
You
might pay
definitely
attention
should
to
with
what-
how much you miss.
Yeah, I click on them and then I'm like, this is too chaotic to listen to at work, and then turn it off.
Just throw it to
You should
ChatGPT
listen to it before
for
bed
some
so that
reason.
you
I need
retain
to,
the
yeah, that's
information
why.
better.
But then ChatGPT is like certain bits it fucks up so bad. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
So-
awesome to try to translate it out.
Spitter?
Spitter. And don't
Oh, I
worry.
see it. It's suspended. It's on a web in
I
the
should
air.
shoot it.
Please do.
What?
I should shoot it.
Pissed?
Put it in my
You
backpack.
carry it.
I give you
It's
full.
my backpack, I think.
He always carries. It's just never on his body.
Oh, I see it.
Organized.
It's up my ass.
Yeah. Prison wallet. Okay, so as you all wake in the morning,
Thank
some
God.
of you earlier than others, I would assume. Bjorn's probably one of the latest to rise.
Bjorn is still wasted after last night. He's not hungover. He's still wasted.
He's still just completely wasted. He wakes up and just takes the whiskey bottle by his bed that was like on the floor with the cap off, so it's only got like a quarter of it left. Just picks it up off the floor.
this money? Was it the normal way or was it the other way?
So, as you
Like a
all
greasy first
wake
month.
and get your gear back on for the day, there are a couple things that you guys need to discuss before leaving. Particularly, how you intend on trying to enter the city of Zem. This is obviously a very, very important part to the plan. If you would like to include any of the NPCs from Ulf, from the Zembane's Council, as to try and acquire some resources as a part of this, it was offered.
Can we talk to the hobgoblin dude? The
hobgoblin?
right hand. Let me see if I can find his name.
Oh, you don't have his name?
The bone breaker. Shut up. Benga Bone Breaker. No.
That's not it at all.
That's not it.
Were you, wondering
That's one of the dudes.
for? Matt?
Room for Forgoth the Warhammer.
I just found it. Damn it.
Fargoth.
Sorry.
Ah!
That was an O. Was an
You
A.
guys
Fargo.
are nerds.
We've run
This
So
is
we get
this
candy
is
for this shit, bitch. Leave us alone.
Yeah, you guys leave. I'll just
the
take
one
the
thing I'm
candy.
good at. Anything. Work with all.
So, you could, both him or someone like Gortham or Gogeth or maybe one or two of the other people you met could be helpful in this kind of conversation.
Who was Gorgat?
Gorgeth was the captain of the guard that he beat.
He was the
Okay.
11th foot
Go.
He's a level cowboy.
Go.
Something
Here,
20.
he is
Go
the
with?
Lord
There's no
Commander
R.
of the
Okay,
Fist.
go F.
Go get.
I took notes
Yeah.
too.
Go. Gorgeth, Gogeth.
We all did. They're
Yeah.
just the only talkers.
I only put down names and what they are. Like I know he is Bjorn, Goliath,
Is there
Palpatine.
any?
Thank you. It only
I
took
have
you
a, I
how
have
many
a list
seconds?
of people we have met or should
Yeah,
know
like
names
you
of and a little
are,
description.
When we get
Salem.
when we
Places,
get
places we should
Salem.
know.
look when we
Racist.
get late campaign and some of the like open plot lines from sessions 1 and 2 start coming into play, you guys will be thanking them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bitches.
And you will still
With
have
pen
racist
And
down.
quill.
And you will still have racist wrote down. Yep, it's beautiful.
Okay,
So,
So-
you said that correct me if I'm wrong. That we have 2 or 3 barrels of the explosives that we're taking with us.
We have 3 that we brought with us.
3 that you guys
Just
brought
gonna
with
That
you.
we're taking to Zen.
that we are taking to them with us.
Yes.
No, I thought you said you gave us 2.
And they're
We have
full
three.
You
of
said
So-
a couple, so 2? Is that 2 or 3?
gunpowder.
If you guys want to take all 3 and think you can use all 3,
Well,
however, these are 55-gallon drums
That's what I
of
was thinking.
gunpowder. That will be tough to sneak into the city if you're trying to be like a caravan.
You're
Well,
bend
Bag of
over.
Holding just.
Here's
You
what I'm
can't fit
thinking.
I don't
that
think a
through the
caravan's
entrance of
that
the back
hard.
door.
Can
Here's
we
what I'm
take a-
thinking. We can empty the top few inches of it and then put something on top of it in addition to more. Like if we
Yes,
decide
because
to
the
like-
smell will not just
You would have
radiate
to
out.
do something that is
Fish.
either rancid or very, very
Sulfur.
thoroughly.
how big?
Ooh,
How,
how old
surface
fish
area?
can
How
really
big
have
is it?
Eggs.
Well, these are 55-gallon
Ooh.
drums, so your top is
Barrels.
maybe an 18-inch
Like,
cap.
I think
we would be the dumbest caravan.
I
think-
Come on.
think
Yes,
that's
So
supposed to be better.
technically,
Big
my
whiskey barrel cask.
ring of holding, which is not very well known, it has half the space of a bag of holding.
Okay.
So, have bag of holdings 10 by 10 by 10,
8 by 8 by
8 by 8. So it's 4 by 4 by 4.
8. It could fit one barrel.
I could
That's
get yeah.
pretty good.
Okay, well that's only one that
That's
we have
one
to
less
figure out.
barrel.
But I don't have 55-gallon barrels, but I do have some gunpowder barrels and shot for like little 5-gallon things in mine because I brought stuff to reload bullets.
That might
If
be
you-
easier to carry on.
Well, it'll be
Yeah.
easier to carry. You can
We're gonna have a
much
lot more.
easier fit it into a bag of holding. The issue with the bag of holding is it's not like you touch the end and it zaps into the bag. Like it has to be able to fit
Yeah.
into the bag.
You could
Right.
pour the gunpowder into the bag.
So you could pour the gunpowder, but then it's nothing. So if you fit it into
Oh,
5-gallon barrels, you could do it.
Do we have flour bags? Empty flour bags. We could fill flour
They,
bags.
they would definitely have those.
we
here.
could 5-pound flour bags or 2.5 pound. I can't remember what
Then
the standard is,
put 'em in the bag.
and then put them in a bag
Yeah.
of holding or in my ring.
So
You
I
know,
also have a bag of holding, so we have
the
two.
biggest issue
Probably
is, are they
more.
going to check bags of holding?
How are they going to know? They have to know what they're grabbing out.
well,
Don't
who's
they?
got the best sleight of hand? Probably
Who
you, Dave.
doesn't? Huh?
You probably have the best sleight of hand.
They could just
What's
turn
your
it
sliding
inside
hand?
out.
Almost.
But I think if we
Sorry,
can get
what's
in
your sliding hand?
before the battle
Plus
starts,
17.
guys, before the invasion starts, they
What do you
will
have, the
probably
expertise
be
in it?
checking us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that
She
was like-
can't without having. She can't without having.
Yes,
so
I do have.
your idea then is that we would do that and then
Flour bag them.
and then go as something else other than merchants. We'd have to find a different.
I mean, we could
So
do-
to put this in perspective, let me pull up the full map.
What's your stealth?
You guys are in Ulf, very obviously.
I will be carrying shit.
Like I said last session, you guys are at least a few days from Zen.
Yeah.
And that's if you pretty much move outside of taking rests, like no breaks during the day. To get there before the actual attack, now obviously word takes some time to travel, even with sending stones. It may take some time for them to actually get on one of the stones. You guys will likely be getting to Zem around the time the battles begin. So you may be able to take advantage of confusion there in Zem. They're saying there's fights at the north border. We don't really care about searching people too heavily. We're getting troops together. Or immediate crackdown across all of northern Zemnian coast. So it depends on how the Zemnians respond to this battle. The battle, at least the troops will be spotted before you guys get there. You can't move tens of thousands of people on the border, especially with Ulth being so close to the border. You can't move that many people without it being seen.
So what do we
So
want to
let's-
use the gunpowder for then?
Well, we're
We
gonna
were
use
gonna
that
use
to
that
blow up
the
heroes.
the Eodids.
Yeah.
Like at
Okay.
the so that some of those because those
Let's-
are omnivores.
I
now.
like Logan's bag idea.
Yeah, so do I. We
So
can-
let's go ahead and just do that.
We still need to have a reason to be in Zen.
We can talk about that on
that's
the way.
the-
Yeah,
I mean,
we
we
have
can
a
still be.
long
I mean, we don't have to show them everything. We can still say we're traitors.
Well, aren't we gonna like pass the Clarguard Garrison though? Like we should have something.
Well,
I
I
thought we
figured
were skirting around that.
So, your options are. Let me pull up the coastal map so we can actually see the Clarguard Garrison.
Because I thought our easiest route through was past it or through
Try to
it.
hand me those flour bags we do.
But
So,
that was a couple sessions ago.
Here's the simple truth. If you guys go straight to Zem, you are passing right beside the Clarguard Garrison. Which would be very suspicious,
but
in
we're
general.
fastest.
but would be the fastest you guys could get there in probably under 2 days. However, that would be very, very suspicious,
Yeah.
and it definitely would likely mean if you guys are unable to very thoroughly convince whoever stops you that you're getting in a fight and then sprinting down to Zem,
Yeah.
which will make it even more difficult to enter into the city. If you wanted to be more safe, the best travel would be heading half day west before going east, which would mean it's more like
We're going south.
2.5 day.
I have
Well,
a question.
Well, why would we go west to just go? That's what I'm.
But that's east.
Mr.
This is
DM
the east
man.
coast.
Whatever. Okay, yeah.
West would be going inland.
You're right.
Mr. DM
So,
man,
so
I have
we
a
go
question.
boom.
Mr. Player Man.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I get to be
That's
player
fine.
man one,
West.
losers. Anyway.
He's actually player 1 since I already designated him as that earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're player 2.
I missed that. Alright, well, I'll take
You
it.
have the non-plugged-in controller.
I have the one with the duct tape
You
on
have the
it.
bad
Yeah.
cats controller.
Alright.
Nobody will
I have
lose.
to plug it directly into the wall. It's a risk of my life every time I play. Anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
My actual question. This might be more of a general knowledge thing for anyone. Does Zem do mercenaries?
That's what I was about to ask. Like, do we do
Yes.
adventurers?
So they
We
do have
could-
adventures. Adventures are far more common north in Nicodranus because of the fact that they are usually paid and bought out by the Clarguard Garrison and sent into coal numbers inside of the southern coast, inside the southern Ruth.
Okay.
How hard would it be to disguise ourselves as Hydras?
As Hydras,
Hydras would be difficult
That would
because
be-
that's a small group that they have good
I don't think
information.
there's
So,
alliance.
It would be
Danny's
a
gonna
lot
s-
easier for us
Yes,
to
but
walk
if a lot of
in
it runs
as...
on secrecy, then not everybody's going to know what the.
So-
No,
the
but
right
the
hand might not
second
know
we
what
get
the left
into
hand's
anyone
doing.
close who
I
actually
mean, that's
does...
true.
think
But
of
we'd
it
already
like
be
this.
there,
Think of
so
it
I-
like the think of it like the CIA. If you walk into a situation and there's a tourist, like back in Vietnam and stuff. If someone came through and they said, "I'm a tourist," the Marines would just be like, "Okay, go," because they would
But
assume them
the
to be a CIA.
report's gonna go
But
up.
the report is going to go up. It is going to be, "Hey, there was a tourist here," and so with the fact that this is not just birds and pigeons, but there is magical ways to send information, you would be seen on the border. So it would be expected for you to be there when you reach Zem, which means you would have to either have a really good cover story or have killed a group of Hydras who are on a mission and taken their place. In which case, then you have to deal with the whole fact of, we are not them.
Yeah.
Do we have ways to
Okay.
disguise ourselves as them?
So
It's much more in depth than just,
I
we're
feel like
Hydras.
Fair.
let's go ahead. I feel like our best bet is to be mercenaries.
Yeah.
Because if that's something that's at least relatively common in Zem, then that would also somewhat excuse our ridiculous amount of gunpowder that we're hauling in. So
Right.
we would have an extra
They
cover
won't know.
story for
Yeah,
that.
they don't know because it's in his
Well,
book.
the idea is that we would
we'll
try and
split
hide
them
it, but if it does get found out, that's an extra.
Well, and
What we could
isn't
do,
that what we trade
going off of what you're
we're
saying,
trading for
what we could do
in
as
Zen?
mercenaries
Is
is
it them that we're trading with?
I'd like to roll a
that's
history
where-
check.
It's not them.
I'll let you go off of
Ruth
what you're saying.
never.
I feel like
Ulf
this
does
is
not
the
trade
best
with
one.
them. They
Yeah.
trade with Yalen
Yalen,
and
I think that's
Zapol.
what I was thinking.
Those are
Okay.
their two primary trade
Okay.
partners.
We can just say that we're from the north and be
Well, what we could say is
basically mercenaries.
we were adventurers. We ran into a group that was doing raids, and we wanted to join some raids. We took out a couple goblin camps, which we saw, took out their leaders, and they told us to go to Zem to collect rewards, and that's what we're here for. 'Cause some of us
So-
To claim to be the
I-
ones killing the villages, though, could also. If
We
the
could
Danes were the
backfire.
one to do that,
We
that'll be
could
suspicious.
piggyback off the
that's-
villages still and not say we killed them, but say, hey, there's something that we found out that is going on. We came here to find out more, basically.
Can I throw
We
out
could
an
be-
idea real quick?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Go ahead, Dan.
I'd like to roll a history check.
Okay.
23. Danny would know of someone. I would like to know. Does he know of like a rich third or fourth son who might be known for going and doing crazy big game hunts or adventures? That
Oh, that's interesting.
because if Danny has the a couple options of completely disguising himself, shifting forms, things like that, and he's got the performance to pretend to be someone. These people are his escort. We were hunting, we killed, and oh shit, all the freaking orcs and goblins are attacking, and we got to get out of here because we don't want to be in the middle of war. So they're running out ahead of them, saying, "Hey, they're on the move," because they're going to know anyway by spies they're on the move. But is there a role or someone that he could take on that would make sense? Like
That could be a very good cover story if we could do that.
we have the mercenary angle, but you're not mercenaries out doing whatever. You're mercenaries he hired as personal escorts.
Yeah.
He's got the performance and the deception to pull that off. So, plus the rest of you guys, if it's already that late. Oh. That late.
We started at like 7.
That's it. Yeah, I forgot. I was like,
We talked for a long time.
Yeah.
You're good.
I tried.
yeah, you tried. We all tried.
We appreciate that.
But we tried to go down the
Question:
wrong-
I just want to know. Not that I'm going to take over the Clarguard garrisons. Who are they? Who are they associated
Zem.
with?
They are the northernmost Zemnian, effectively think like border patrol barracks. The Clarguard Garrison
'Cause that's what- yeah.
and the other training grounds up there effectively send troops on patrols for the entire northern border to stop raids from Marith coming down in.
Because we could also, as we're coming on, it's like, hey, we saw some works of the Clarguard garrisons, and they did this, and this, so we have information in regards to the Clarguard. That's what I'm thinking. Is like, not only can we like, hey, we're bringing down here, but we also have information that we can sell to you guys as well. That way, if the person who's there may not be there, it's like, hey, we came here for this. We also have this. I don't know. I was just trying to think.
Yeah, I mean, if we're the ones bringing warning of the movement,
Right.
that gives us a straight beeline attack. They're going to know by their spies anyway that they're on the run. That as soon as the armies are gathering, they know this is coming. It's not a surprise. 1 or 2 days on either side is not going to make a difference. And frankly, we don't care. I'm just saying this above board if they succeed or fail.
Yeah.
They are just a distraction for
Right.
us and bodies for the other people.
Right.
But again, Danny's not going to think that way. But
I would like you go ahead and roll me. You rolled a 23 history. I want to choose another skill check.
Okay.
18 for me.
Investigation, insight.
I would say go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and just roll me a luck check. So a d20 plus 1 for you. Yeah, you can go ahead and
Be
roll that
lucky,
one.
Danny.
That is a 19
Hey.
Plus 1 or
with the plus 1. 18 on the die.
18
I
on
was
the
reading
die.
like it said 20. and
Okay.
it's 2.
So
I do have a problem.
you have had a fair bit of time along the coast before the Githyanki attack, and you spent time bits of the Zemnian coast, not a ton, but you've played in some theaters there. And a faint memory comes to your mind of a man. He's not from the Zemnian coast, but he is a well-known man inside of it. A man by the name of Geladron Hethafar. He's, from your memory, the 3rd, 4th, or 5th son of a family from the city Revedan inside the Caladrian Empire.
That's a what?
Heifer. I'm just gonna call him
Heifer.
Heifer.
Geladron Hethafar.
Geladron
That's
Heifer.
a bar.
Hethafar.
Yeah.
Geladron Hethafar.
From the city Revedan.
From the city Revedan inside of the Caladrian Empire. But what he is most known for is being a monster hunter. And not just, I'm going to go kill some goblins or I'm going to go find a pack of dire wolves. He goes out and hunts the most reclusive, dangerous, and exotic creatures across specifically the eastern coast. Which brings to your mind the fact that you just encountered one of such incredibly exotic creatures and have some of the body of still.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's a
The details of
That's
his look
beautiful.
may not be perfect. He is well renowned as not just someone who has money to go and do this, but he sells these bodies and keeps part of it as trophies. He has a very, very large trophy room inside of Pennakel, and has pretty much made a museum out of it. However, even with that, he is not a household name. He is the bards might know him, the singers in taverns might know him, adventurers in the area might be like, hey, when we were in Pennakel, we saw some damn big heads on the wall. That's the kind of name that Geladron has. Geladron, being a Hethafar, is human, sometimes mixed in with either a Dwarvish or an Elvish or an Asmar, depending on what family he's married into. And you even know that he actually marches with the banner of his family with him, even though you're pretty certain he's not supposed to be. But you would recognize his banner as a black field with a brown stallion rearing on its hind legs, with, in Elvish, underneath it, their house words that is "Quick be our fury."
Wait.
It is such a gamble.
What color is the
That
is the
banner.
hor is the
came
black
from
background?
salad or a
So
kid.
it's a black field, so black background,
Blackfield.
brown stallion.
Brown pony.
Quick be our fury. I like that actually.
Quick
That's good. It's a good one.
The best part of having an expanded continent at this point
Is you just had to reference.
is I've just got to go to another.
Yeah, you just
It's not in my notes here, but now it is.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Can't
but
get to the DM.
it also makes sense because, again, this plays into multiple strengths for the group. You are a big game hunter. Granted, you hunt things.
He
you,
looks like a big game hunter.
You have the dialogue to talk with anyone about that. You are big.
You're
Yeah.
big.
He's big.
I
Hey,
look like big game.
You
You
could
are-
distract big game for extended
You
people, like
are-
say be in their
yeah.
mouth for most of the con.
Here we go
You
again.
are the sniper.
I look like a poacher.
You look like someone.
But it could
I mean,
be.
You
I'm just
scouts it
sneaky.
out.
I'm just
You just
sneaky.
scout it out.
Yeah, you look like the scout.
the odd
You
one
do those
out here
things.
is
You also
honestly our shadow
very easy
phase.
on the eyes, which
Yeah.
I would assume would go with the territory.
And debate.
Mistress
Ah.
Dawn.
Eh.
Fucking got him. Damn.
She's an elf. He's a human. Unless he's that kind
Excuse
of guy.
me.
That's a solid 6.
That was way louder than I was
Solid, that was
expecting it to
solid.
be.
So, anyways, so in the morning, this is the pitch that Danny would like to make, and he would have risen fairly early, and he could have very easily made the banner.
Question.
Yeah.
Our armors that we're wearing, would it be very easy to identify that we are from the islands or from our family members?
So-
Mine probably, yeah.
Yours certainly could be, but it could be changed a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't, you're
I'm used to it,
effectively
yeah.
a scout psyop,
Yeah.
so you're not necessarily, you don't have branding.
No,
on
I don't
your
have the
armor.
royal attire.
You don't have royal attire as would be your station.
Yeah.
Danny has the means and the spells to alter your clothes to look dapper in a different way.
But how many people will we have to do that for? Like if our
Well-
group
Well,
did.
it would have to be Sean.
Well, Sean doesn't wear armor, so he could just put on another set
Sean's
of
just
clothes.
naked. He
Sure.
balls out all the time.
He's just wearing a robe.
That's
He's just
it.
like
Your
"Ooh, this
armor
is-"
might be
Reverse
only,
point.
but
That's
I,
what I'm wondering.
I don't.
Well, here's the thing. Something like a mariner's
stick
plate
that
or
in
something
there.
similar to it is not uncommon on the coast. Especially, it may be a little bit more so in the hands of adventurers, just because adventurers more than not stay inland. They don't go out to sea to do stuff very often. However, you're still in a swampy land it's nice just to be able to walk on water or have a swim speed.
But what I'm asking is, like, the armor that we're having, most likely especially for me, because my armor was basically lost and useless in this type of terrain. Would my armor bear the symbols of my family or the colors or signatures of
Probably
my
of your
family?
faith. Probably your faith as a paladin.
There would probably be a few symbols of your family, considering it was provided by the family who you serve under.
That's what I'm wondering.
So it would probably have symbols both of your oath and your paladin order, but it would have some insignia somewhere regarding to the family that you
It
serve.
would.
Do we have anyone who has either heat metal or could shape metal in the village to
You could-
just kind of melt it?
Absolutely, there are plenty of druids in this village.
My clothing also probably has my.
Yours is more of a hunting group, though, so yours may not be that horrible.
Mine is.
right?
Mine is an official family.
You-
function.
It is. It's a smaller family, but it still is.
You would definitely be on their list for you're one of the most active combat, big game combat. That translates. Yeah,
Would it be possible for me to pass just actually going as Winton? Just like, hey, no, this is who I am. I know I'm from over there, but like, this is what I'm doing.
I hunt things.
Because honestly, the more layers of genuine truth we have, the harder it is to detect
Best
the
lies have truth wrapped in them.
You could
It could backfire.
try. It
yes,
would be a
that's the
persuasion
risk reward. If it worked really
What's
well.
your persuasion?
Very low.
Yeah.
I have a
Well,
0 in charisma.
He would not be the one
I have
talking.
I can talk with you because I have a 10 persuasion.
So you certainly could try. It's not like the Zemnian coast knows the name Winton in all households.
Yeah, they would.
It's not like they would just recognize, oh, it's a Genasi, it's Winton the second. Like, it would be more a situation of if you introduced yourself and you were unlucky enough to where one of the guards knew you, there would certainly be some heavy questions, just because the coast and the Concord do not like each other at all.
Yeah.
But if they lie well enough, especially if Danny lies well enough, I wanted the best hunters on this extravagant hunt into, see, we got crocodile scales. If he goes deep enough on it, it could be convincible. It would be difficult, though. It would be a high DC.
Let's actually go ahead and plan on not doing that, actually. Because I'm thinking of the reward, and there isn't much of a reward.
No.
Outside of just lying.
And if they
Just
catch
lie.
us, we can always go. I can always then lie and say.
We can always try.
I was
at
like,
that
well,
point.
he's not really part of the main family. He's a sub branch, and they kill things. Of course, I'm going to get the best. It's like we just didn't want to rock the boat with all the bullshit going on with them.
That's a
The
good
biggest
idea, too.
But that's only if we get busted.
The
Yeah.
biggest hole for something like this, especially with you trying to disguise yourself as a known monster hunter, is where is he currently?
Yep.
And I'm assuming we don't have a way of finding that out.
Oh, probably not.
Do we have his
Danny
blood?
doesn't.
Do we have his
We
blood?
do not.
Do we
have
got his blood?
Let me just check my blood index.
Roll me a luck check. You have to roll a 50.
Yeah.
Say less.
Honestly, if he gets a nat 20, wait, hold on. If he gets a nat 20.
Bardic inspiration.
Hey.
17.
Eight.
Give me my own blood.
You can have your own blood.
That would give people AIDS.
You could.
I cast vicious mockery. I cast AIDS.
That's the way he was like,
gonorrhea.
AIDS.
Not even AIDS.
Tomorrow, you're gonna realize something is wrong and burning down there.
Something is burning.
I cast AIDS.
That's what I did. That's right there. It's
Never
aid.
mind.
They'll never
Plural.
know.
I'm going to cast aid on multiple people.
Whoops.
Oops. There's a plural.
Okay. I did
Wow.
say I was gonna
When I
go.
accidentally cast Contagion instead of Greater Restoration. Anyways.
I keep
yes,
casting
Dan.
Cure
I was going to say it is risky to some extent to either do the guy's name or to say I'm someone else who's inspired by him and is trying to make a name like him. That is a safer option, but
That would be less likely to get us in for free.
right. But
How good do you reckon the...
Why don't we just give
I'm
him
sorry,
money?
go and finish what you were saying.
I was just gonna say, but that's where we would also come in by saying we're here to report the orc movements and that we think they're going to attack. because then we're like, hey, we want to try to get. We want out of this. We're getting away from the battle. We're here to hunt. We don't want that. We're gonna head farther down, spend some time, figure out what happens with the battle up there until it clears out, and maybe do some stuff in the swamps to the south. I believe.
I think that's a better. I think that's honestly the best
But
way we can go
it still
about
gets us the mercenary. I know enough. I could pose as a low-level noble from one of the families or someone similar.
Alright.
So it's your guys' call. I can either do
Let's
him.
go ahead and let's just vote on this right now and decide it.
I think mercenaries.
What-
I think that, and we just go and be like, I mean, just exactly what.
Yeah.
Rich patron.
So basically,
Yeah.
we're all.
Yeah,
what
let's say-
it means we're all on his.
Report the orcs.
Who is not in agreement with Danny's? I think that's a better one.
Yeah.
Like, who's not in agreement with
I'm assuming Kate is okay with this plan.
Kate seems alright with it. Kate doesn't have any clue how to get in there.
Kate has no fucking clue what's going on.
Kate, you're
Kate
not
is still just a child.
that we're bringing into it.
He's a very
Kate
powerful
is
child.
My boy.
Kate is human.
Kate,
Oh no, my
Kate
boy.
Is human. He's a full father help.
He looks young, right?
He's got a baby face.
So
He's so cute.
I think if we're gonna do this, Cage should be. I'll go ahead and be human. He'll be my son, and I'm trying to,
I'm imagining drunk.
you know, make a man out of him.
You're trying to make a man out of him, and what's your explanation for the rest of these vehicles?
What did you say? I didn't hear.
We're nobility. We don't. I mean, there's a difference between making a man of him and getting him ringed by one of these locals.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, still there.
Don't read the
Sharon, shut the fuck up.
We're still. They're still going to be hired mercenaries
yeah.
to work with us and whatnot.
Okay.
But we're
Like right in
hunting.
front
We're
of you,
doing
but I'm
these
so
different
short.
things. But do nobles actually, when they do these things, do the real work?
When they go on a hunt, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
some of them do, some of the real low ones
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. So
It's not very noble.
If you want to see what a noble hunt looks like, watch House of the Dragon episode 2.
yeah.
That is a royal hunt.
Love
The king just sits in a fucking pavilion all day, and then they're like, "We have found the stag," and it's just like chained down to the ground for him to kill.
He misses.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has to stab 3 times to kill it.
So that would be kind of. That's how we could get him in. We have our faithful escort or hired mercenaries for this area, local guides, things like that. We might even hire someone who knows the area to help guide us, maybe.
We also have money.
Yeah.
Money.
Oh, how about some money?
So
Alright, sounds like a good plan to me.
What's up?
so we're.
I feel like
That also explains why we have the lizards, because they're rare, but rich people would have that stuff.
you can have some of your blood.
So, all right. So last week we decided the other group was going to go up to go get the kid, bring him back, hopefully
William?
get him
William.
healed,
Yes.
and then he'll be the guy.
Heath and Kent are going to be
Targado.
going up with a group from Ulf to Zippel.
The rest of them are your guys are moving, and some other folks are moving. The powder monkeys are moving the rest of the gunpowder.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. I just wanted to clarify all that. So we're pretty good and set then. I think if we're if you guys are good with that.
Yeah.
The part coverage story is that we're trying to report stuff and we're trying to run away from the fight. Do you think it would be reasonable to try to kind of sidestep the Clarguard Garrison?
No.
Take some time.
Take the fastest route straight to them. Warn them first off.
All right.
Wait,
If our cover is
Yeah.
we're running
Why would
because
we
all
go
the
the long way if we're coming from that area?
wait, what are we trying to do?
It seems weird.
Clarguard
They
Garrison.
can't just go in the long
Garrison.
way. Something's
Yeah.
odd.
Go warn them straight
That's
off
fair.
because it's the fastest route down there too. So we
Which-
hit up the Garrison. So the
Again-
Garrison's like on. Yeah.
again
okay.
we
That's
won't
all right.
have we won't have timetables.
Yeah.
We'll just be like, because we honestly don't know when they're
We
going
can
to
tell that they're prepping for
We can say there are giant groups of armies of orcs
Beginning to
and
converge,
goblins
yeah.
converging, and it is time to get out of there. They're going to be coming.
So we're going
And
into
we were
another place
monster
we have to
hunting
see-
in the
into a
area?
different place
Yeah.
we have to see.
Because, yeah, we were just.
That's
so,
what I was saying.
Why don't we just
So-
sidestep them and say we didn't know? We don't know they're there. Like we're just trying to take the shortest way there.
It's not going to be obvious.
Well,
Like there's a presence.
I mean,
there is a
straight line
strong
is-
chance you hit a patrol either way. You might be able to sneak by. If you hit a patrol, you could just kill them. But if you go through the Clarguard Garrison, then you might get depends on how things go, but you might get the thumbs up, go ahead, and then you won't have to worry the rest of the way down to Zem.
Or we get stopped and questioned.
But even if we get stopped and
away.
questioned and knocks multiple days off, we can
Yeah.
be in the city
Yeah.
before the attack happens.
How many people in the garrison again do we know?
And it's
A
not like
lot.
they are not
It's
going
like
to
a
know
we're not fighting
because
the
their
full
spies
garrison.
networks that they're
Yeah.
grouping everyone
That
together.
one.
You already
Yeah.
you
History?
Yeah.
Yes, Danny.
I was gonna say last session you said how many thousands of people were moving and getting places. There were several thousands that were moving
In
around.
Maruth, there's a lot.
Yeah, there were all those groups. They were moving. Troops were ready. They had those. The other guys are coming. Those kind of preparation and movements, the spy network is going to know.
Yeah.
And so us telling them isn't going to change tactically their battle plan. So it's not selling them out, and that's just that's Danny's outlook on that. I think that makes sense, especially because they just showed they could walk through the territory and knock out villages without being stopped. So they've got scouts.
If that's who did that,
Well, yeah, but
that's the assumption.
That's-
saw
yes.
their standard. And I took my notes.
so anyway, that's just my pitch. Let's head straight there, and if we hit
Should
any big
we
game
let-
along the way,
Should we say something to Gortham that's or to any of his people?
Nah, let's just leave.
we're not coming back this way.
Yeah, let's just leave.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, give me another opportunity to say something.
There's also a very strong chance that he never hears about what our original plan was, and he never hears about us ever again.
I mean, this is very true.
So, Jordan, 26 history. What would I assume my garrison? How much would that be roughly?
You would
Doesn't have to be exact number, like
guess-
at
So,
range.
out of the two spots, you would definitely know more about the Clarguard Garrison rather than the Borderlands.
Okay.
You would guess the Clarguard Garrison would probably garrison anywhere from 20 to 30,000 on an average period.
These are
And-
skilled fighters, I'm assuming.
Yes. So this is when
Nah,
we
you
say
said-
the garrison, we would be saying like this is active
Military.
military.
Yes.
The reserves are people in Zem and Pennakel and Davenport and such. However, your actual active military, and most of these 20 to 30,000 are probably troops that see some form of altercation
Yeah, these are veterans.
quarterly.
Yeah.
Like, the patrols are so active, and Kigara and Sharza are such a raiding group of people that they'll send a couple hundred orcs down, and you know that the average patrol of the Clarguard garrison is 12. But that 12 is sent out from one camp to the next that holds a dozen.
Yeah.
So you have 144 people in a small area that if one of them goes down, the other will come across them within an hour. And that's how it's set up.
And then I know, especially from my notes, that the Clark Garrison was the ones who did the villages.
Yeah.
in that area, so. Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, cool. That's awesome. It said 20 to 30,000 on really.
20 to 30,000 in the Clarguard
Yeah,
garrison.
it's just-
You would expect that the Borderland Trading Grounds, it covers a much smaller space. So the Training Grounds only covers from it east to the coast. So it covers a very small portion of the border.
Yeah, let's go straight. Let's go straight.
However, if you take a look at the full map, you note that the Clarguard garrison, if I can get my map up here, is right about here. And the training grounds is right about here. The training grounds covers this space. The Clarguard garrison covers all of this. The whole northern border. So the Clarguard garrison is able to consistently patrol this whole northern border. So you would assume the training grounds either has significantly less skilled troops, and that's why it's called the training grounds,
Yeah, that makes sense.
or it's significantly less people and they're given a smaller
They're
space.
getting the crappy part of the line like they try to do for us.
This is one of the crappier parts of the line.
Uh,
This is probably where a third of the conflicts occur on the border. Because Ulth and Raihan are both pretty chill, but Kigara on their straight line, this whole crux is a little bit difficult. and then right along the Catonic border near Exel.
So we're all
seas.
good going to the very heavily military place and then going to Zem?
Yeah, with the cover
the
story,
fastest
yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's the
Also, we
fastest.
cannot fight a patrol if we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
We have to just not. We just have to talk our way out of that.
If you do fight a patrol, you have to run.
Yeah.
Fucking fast and south as quick as possible.
Fine speed. Fine speed.
You have
Holy-
Eodids, which will be faster on this type of ground than any fine seed you could
But
do.
they're also gonna have that.
I'll have 2 units.
Well, do they have Eodids? The
You would
patrols?
assume at least some of them do.
I mean, they have a
At the
they have a
very-
unit cavalry.
At the very well, if you're talking 20 to 30,000, you're gonna have at least one cavalry unit.
Yeah. Sub base, probably
If
500.
if nothing else, the standard patrol might not have them, but if that patrol is found dead, cavalry groups will be sent to search an
Unfortunate
area.
for us.
They're
area
not
and
dead,
much
they're
faster.
unalive.
They're sleeping.
It's alright, we'll
Yeah,
go
the
back to when I
battle
first
left
started,
in
when I
his
couldn't
skull.
say kill in my basement.
How did
Damn.
Yeah, well,
Exactly. They're ibuprofen.
yeah, I know, it was
You
kind
just
of
drop
strange.
ibuprofen into wounds
Yes.
as the dead.
They died.
This will
They
help.
did
They unalived him themselves.
They deaded it to him. Anyway,
So,
okay, cool. If we're all good with that, I'm good with that.
He's like, oh, we're so good, we're so good with that.
Oh, we're so good. Yeah.
We're so
it's so sick.
totally fine.
Did I get a long rest?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, we're still wanting to put all the gunpowder in the flour bags, correct?
Yes, that still makes the most sense.
How much does one hold? How many gallons of gunpowder?
So
each
we're
one?
just gonna say they're 5-gallon bags.
So-
So you would need 11 bags for one of the barrels.
So
So if he's
22
able to
total.
take one, you would need
22 total.
22.
I have a
Total
bag of
bags.
holding, you have a bag of holding. We could both take 11 bags, so we could collectively both have one whole barrel's worth of gunpowder in each of our bag holders.
If we can, we should
Right.
also get a couple of flour bags with flour. Just so if they want to inspect, we got
Yeah,
we
that's
got
true.
like 15 of these bags. Handed one, you know.
Yeah.
So is that common for them to, as a new DM or D&D player, is it common for them to search through a bag of holding?
They wouldn't know what's
So
in
the
it.
only way they could do it is they turn it inside out and expel everything inside the bag.
Violently
Oh, gosh, no, I don't
expel.
think so.
Including your anime body pillows.
No, no, those are not.
They will expel everything violently.
Yeah,
which
it
I
gets
doubt they will
launched
do.
out.
What
Uh,
If not, they have to know what they're reaching for.
Yeah, if you're reaching into a bag of holding, you have to know it's there to be able to pull it
Yeah,
out.
so
Okay.
they would have to know.
That's all I was just wondering. I was like, I didn't know if that was if there's like a common search.
How much would that set back to get 22, or let's say
You
22
guys
empty
are
bags, 4
guests.
full?
Now,
You are guests
bag
of the
of
fist
holding.
in a communistic society. If you want bags of flour and flour, you get the bags of flour and flour.
I'm gonna.
Lights out entire Chinese sweatshop.
I'll
from
probably-
bag holding.
I'll try and locate
There's a
and
full
pick
10
up
child slave.
22
laborers in
empty
there.
bags, and then 6 full bags of flour.
Okay.
So I'll give
That
you.
those will take up the majority of the space in both of your guys' bags. Not the majority, a solid chunk of the space in your guys' bags of holding.
That's
So
fine.
I'm just gonna give you the 11 empty bags. You put the gunpowder in, and then 3 bags with actual flour in.
Yeah, I can take the weight of that.
Yeah, and then I'll take the other half. in my-
Yeah. So
So,
bags in the bag of holding.
do I need to put a weight on there?
No.
So,
I'm adding it.
Not, I don't really care
Okay.
that much. I mean, the likelihood of you pushing that weight limit with what you have in there plus these bags is pretty low.
I want to get bigger so I can be as tall as I want to look at these punch rifles. So how many bags do I got? Sorry.
11.
11 of gunpowder, 3 of flour.
Yep.
Okay, I just gotta make that note so I remember what I got. 3 of flour. Oral, what's our safe word?
Jenga.
Can we finger gun each other?
Yes, we'll
Yes.
finger each other.
No, finger gun.
Finger each other. Yeah, you said it.
Okay, mine are bigger, so it's fine.
Fuck.
Hey, yo. Hey,
That was
yo.
so off the,
That's going
that
in the
was
book.
so off the deep end. So fast.
Just like, I've got a bigger anus and bigger fingers. You're the one fucked here, buddy. Literally.
I hate
Finger
this.
gun.
I hate this. Is a stupid game.
Okay.
My finger gun's hurtful.
Ethan pulled up IRL gun. Alright, fucking try me, bitch.
Safety on. It's a Glock. It doesn't have a safety.
It's a Glock with 3 switches.
This is our set.
They're just mounted on top of each other. They don't do anything.
They stack.
Yeah.
No, you click one, it's just red RGB lights. Click one, it's blue RGB lights. Click it again, it's red and blue.
Oh, okay, this is
Hey,
You got killed by
it's
the
a
game.
stylish felony.
You got killed by the game.
Alright.
I only commit
Okay.
felonies and styles.
So we're going with a different name. This is what we decided. We're not going to pose as the actual guy.
Okay.
So I just tossed a name and the banner in the Discord. I'm still wanting to go with. He's from Clarguard. Can't ever pronounce it. Just a minor family.
Minor family. What city do you want to be from? Do you want to be from southern Zemnia, more north?
Yeah, you will be
What?
south.
So you can go as south as Tannen or Regarad. Those are the big cities, more than likely. Or you could go something really innocuous like Fort Regal.
Probably down in the Fort Regal region.
Okay. If you're a noble family, you would either be in that fort or in one of the big cities nearby. You wouldn't be in a
Okay.
small village.
Okay, then we'll go to Regal. Down.
You go to Port Regal.
Yeah, Port Regal.
Okay.
So you're from Port Regal is what we're going to say?
That's
Yeah.
the cover story. Can you just set? You said you got your name in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fenric Hollomere, with a stag and a spear beside it,
staring me
with
down?
a crescent blood
What
moon
do I
on a
do?
green
Trying to blow
field.
up your head.
Blood marks the worthy.
Please do.
I have to put that into my noble family notebook.
Yeah, no,
We just
no,
made it
no.
up. I mean, it can pass, but he's less. I mean, maybe it's a real people. Like I said, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. But do I need to
It's
roll
okay,
to
I'll stop
see if
rolling.
Danny's actually been in that area?
What?
Danny would not have been that far south.
All right.
You ain't going that deep in the south.
And also, like, just thinking about it, there's no reason for him to there's no theaters that far south. The cities aren't big enough, really.
All right, and I don't see any reason to change Caden's name. Cade.
Well, he's going by something else now, isn't he?
Well, he was, and then I found out his name. So whatever we want his name to be.
Well,
I
there's
will
still-
go by
He would probably
Jordan.
still go by the other name.
Yeah, no one knows you. It's fine.
I will go by
What
Jordan.
was that other name?
Timmy. Oh, his other name they gave him?
It was a white guy name.
It was.
Will?
Clarence,
Is it William?
the cross-eyed
No, it was not William. William
Not
was
William.
definitely not the kid.
William was definitely a
I can
different
promise you,
person.
William was not the kid.
Friday /9/13.
No.
Oh, William.
Yeah, I thought I saw that
William's
too. I saw that
closer.
too.
I know, I know.
Cedric the
William was the
Entertainer.
guy that we were going to send. What's keeping him?
Danny.
I don't. Yeah,
Man, it's been so long
I
since
did add that to his notes for Cade. No.
I'm 99% certain this is what it is.
I have it somewhere.
You're only 99% certain.
Look,
With those
when
notes,
DM has
you
to make
can't
up
be.
15
Sentius Thalmor.
Thalmor, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dalmor?
Sentius.
I knew I wouldn't remember.
Sentius.
It is Cynthia Cade.
I was looking at Sentis, and I was like,
So-
that's not the same dude. Not the same dude.
That is what you would do.
Sentius?
Sentius Thalmor.
And that is
Well-
what he will continue to go by.
He's not my son then, maybe a nephew.
Well,
I could just change
he
the
could
last
go
name.
by another name. It could just be Sentius Hollomere.
His
Does
name
he
was
look
Cynthia.
even
Cade.
remotely close to these people?
He's gonna change his appearance, so it doesn't really matter.
Not really, but Cade
Yeah.
has disguise.
Solomir. Yeah, he can either be my son or my nephew or somebody.
Oh, got some who.
I mean,
Yeah.
both of he has disguise self. You have some way to
Yeah.
disguise yourself as well.
So we'll change to whatever should be appropriate for that area. We would know.
You guys would be incredibly pale. You would likely be mostly human. Maybe a little bit of a sharpened ear, not much. A diluted elven bloodline, likely of the wood variety. Yeah. The biggest thing would be you're pale. Like the biggest difference is both of you guys are thoroughly tan. You would have to completely change that. You would have to be very pale.
I rolled the same thing in both things.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Anyone got
Her
an
color.
umbrella?
I'm like
Not
white.
that.
I'm like
she's
white,
she's
white.
pastel white. She's pallid. You guys are just
I'm like see-through.
normal.
You're an
Blue
astro.
blood.
Like a white eraser.
You're beyond white.
Danny, what's your name?
I wear the big hat for a
Your cup
reason.
color.
Yeah.
Translucent as well.
Polymorph.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
She's actually just a plasmoid.
R-I-C.
FENRIC.
Yeah.
Let's go to the
Fear.
follow this.
Fear.
Let's
Hollow.
walk.
Exactly as it
No
sounds.
legs.
Hollow, M-E-R-E.
Shoot something.
Oh, I did hollow.
Holla me!
That's what I did. I was like, it's like hollow.
And I ain't
I
no
will-
holla
I'll
back,
go to the ring.
girl.
Let's go
I
holla
can't do it
back.
for 6 seconds because I'll be
It
copyright
sounds
struck.
You ain't.
So,
So, good.
Slide in
You
my
ain't
canton.
Stop it, Rick. Don't strike our copy.
Alright, so as you guys have kind of gathered together and finished all of your planning and begin to disperse, how quickly are you guys wanting to leave? Are you leaving without
Like right
warning?
now.
We dip it.
I'm like
Um,
flicking ears of War's board.
I think once we gather up the stuff, we get together, we do a check over his supplies. We would
provisions,
probably let him know we're headed out.
Yeah, that is-
My
and-
cup.
yeah, but
Let's try to move before anyone else starts moving.
Yeah.
Winton, are you dragging me? Because I'm a little.
I
I'm
hope
not
you're
big
not
enough
still
to drag
gone.
you, motherfucker.
After this whole
Depends on where you grab.
So as you guys are kind of getting
getting
everything
So- I
ready
thought
to
that way.
leave, there's 2 people who come and find you guys. Flynn, along with Jonathan. Both seemingly approach you guys together. Flynn will come and kind of give a little hug to Thalen. And she will hand a note to Orville and say, "My husband would like this to be given to your parents next time you are back, if you're able to make that."
That shouldn't be a problem. Put it into one of the pouches, my little small pouches.
Alright. Well, I hope you all have safe travels.
Put it in the wrong
And
pouches. it's
she
covered
kind
in
of
blood.
bows and kind of she winks at Bjorn as she kind of turns and smiles
Ah,
at him
ah.
before she leaves.
next time I see you, dear.
She
Um,
winked at Bjorn, yes.
Jonathan kind of ignores everyone but Danny, and he kind of moves up to you.
This feels natural.
Yep, gay love.
Lynn's gotta be bisexual if she's flirting with me. She is
She's a
drow.
drow.
No,
What do you
she
expect?
has to
They're
be
matriarch.
psychotic.
Fair, fair.
I go
So
first.
as he kind of steps up to you, you see like
That's
this,
insane.
almost like it's some kind of flute or missile device that he has in his hands. He says, "I told you I would return the gift," and holds it over to you.
Let's take it. It's
It's not very large. It's you recognize this as effectively like an instrument that you would almost give to a child to learn music.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it ornate at all, or is it very
It
basic?
has marks of the Star Spire itself. So this is from the Academy. And so he kind of hands it to you and says, "I am no longer in need of this. It is a device agents of the Tri-Spire use to help their investigations, one could say, in hostile territories. It can do minor magical properties. I'm sure you will find more use of it than I will."
I will take it, doff my hat, and give him a little bow. It was a great pleasure to hear of you and your team's work out here, and I look forward to when this is all over, seeing how things play out.
Let's hope it plays in our favor.
Well, as I take it and palm it into my ring with a little flick, I'll go, "That's why I'm a conductor. If the band doesn't play the music I want, I just change the tempo." I smile.
He kind of chuckles to himself and says, "May the dice be in your favor."
That's like both wall breaking.
And I,
So you can go ahead and add the Star Spire Thalor
okay.
to your inventory.
Do you want to mess with what the note says?
I will get to that later. It won't be pertinent for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can
And
read.
it's for your parents, not you.
Doesn't mean I can't read it.
Watch it be sealed specifically.
Ooh,
so
watch it be
cannot read
cursed.
It does have Gortham's seal
Oh,
on it.
fuck.
You could break the seal, but
I'll break this.
AIDS.
It's got AIDS in it.
Literally touches it, immediately dies from smallpox.
No, like four.
Wild.
No, just
Imagine
spreads
being one-tapped by
anthrax throughout the
smallpox.
entirety of the
No,
Concord.
four orcs as you follow him, like, can we help you? Can we help you? Can we help you? Like, these AIDS are terrible.
These AIDS are terrible.
Yeah, that's how you like give people AIDS.
Lovely. Thank you.
Did you find it?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Ooh, he's got a flout.
It
Got it.
is
Slout.
it is a nice little magic blade. Nothing too crazy. 3 daily charges, a couple of spells you can cast.
Yeah. Summon hurricane is what he was saying.
He just got Meteor Swarm 3 times a day.
Does it also have stencil beams that he can make?
Finger. Oh my gosh.
What?
I typed it in wrong.
Finger eat other.
Instead of each other, it's finger eat other. From what you said. And then he goes, mine's bigger. So I'm good. Fuck me. I'll fix that.
It says-
Claire and Zach are both too tired to be doing this right now.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Zach pulls out a
Whoa.
strap-on comment from the last session.
Look, I pull out some crazy comments every
Strap.
session. Let's be honest.
Josh.
All right.
One chump pump tomorrow
Josh.
for session.
One chump pump.
One chump pump.
Okay, now we're getting
She was
Josh,
expressing her
you're not allowed
inexperience.
to make dirty comments.
And
You're
I
the
said it
group
wrong.
leader.
Former
It's alright. He's warned us against what.
Whoa! Boys, we're having a problem to say the proverbs.
Alright. Anyway, so as you guys kind of all gather and get your material ready, some supplies are given to you for food and some tenting that is pretty quick and easy to set up and tear down. You guys will be traveling in some nicer style. They make sure to give you materials from specifically the Catonic Empire, not from Maruth. If you're walking around with Maruthian tents, they're probably going to be a little bit more
Funky.
suspicious.
That's what I'm like. Do we need to like get rid of some of the junk?
So, yes, you guys take off on your first day of travel. You will be at the Clarguard Garrison by midday.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's stressful. Okay, no
The
time.
Clarguard
yay,
Garrison
travel
is
montage.
approximately a 6-hour EODed ride from both. It is,
Quick montage.
both are right on the border. Right on the border. They literally just stare at each other for all of existence, waiting for one to make a move.
I just go into comment. I'm just not.
So, as you guys get moving and begin leaving, you guys, as you're leaving this open plain outside of this city that is very easy to see long distances, you do see a small caravan entering in from what appears to be a northwestern direction. And that's as you're leaving. A little while after you've left, just as you're about to enter the foliage, you hear a roar from the skies as you turn around and see. I don't know if any of you have ever seen an ancient dragon before,
Oh, it's an ancient son
Black,
of a
is
bitch.
it black?
It's big black.
but
It's
Olgathar,
Charizard.
the Umbral Fury, arrives about 15 minutes after you guys leave. And even from a distance, he is massive. From miles away, you can easily discern him in the skies.
Would I know this dragon?
This is the guy.
This is
who,
the guy that was mentioned.
This is the
previously.
leader.
Oh.
The village that you guys saw destroyed was in his territory.
Yeah.
Would you give me a Coke Zero?
Coke Zero?
Does he
There's no
have
Coke, there's just
Doc
a
Z. Doc
dragons
Z.
have swim speeds?
black ones.
Dragons have swim speeds.
Black ones would not
They
have
don't
also-
need to. They're bigger than you.
What?
Josh,
No.
Josh,
What?
dominate beast only dominates
Beasts, not
beasts.
monsters.
Dragons are their own subcategory of creature.
Boo.
Besides, I wouldn't mind seeing
What
who you roll up
listen.
after that.
If you
Listen.
could use the polymorph spell on it, you
Dragon.
could probably conquer it.
Josh.
You can't.
Either way,
I'm not
it's a
even-
it's a black dragon, so it does not have a swim speed.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Play the sound.
I don't have it up anymore.
Damn!
Close to it.
You deserve that one.
That's not fair, man. Four races comes to that.
No one caught my comment about his girth.
No, that was funny.
That was
Comedic
epic.
I
timing
didn't
wasn't
catch
there,
it.
though. Comedic timing wasn't there.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, but
I'm glad we left before he got there. That's Danny speaking. I'm glad
Is he
we
attacking?
made it on our
No,
way.
he's there for a meeting with Gortham.
He
I know.
fucking destroys
Oh,
the city.
I was gonna say, like
Just chill.
are all of our plans just fucked?
No, he's
No.
Hey,
No,
we
it
just
was
checked
mentioned
out.
in the last session. Like,
Yeah, ladies coming.
Olgathar is coming here for a meeting with Gortham
Okay, I
to
must
decide
have-
whether he's going to be helping in this attack with.
I must have missed that. Or maybe,
No,
maybe I do know that, but I didn't realize it was a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
That's also very
Or how
possible.
big the dragon
He's the one
was.
who's conquering the Underdark, or trying to.
He's the one trying to.
Right.
He also
I
has.
do remember the.
I remember
Oh, that's the
Which-
dragon doing that?
Yeah.
He has the largest army in Ruth.
Which the dragon.
Largest let it be known, standing army. Which means he probably has millions more inside of his cities and villages than any of the other.
Where's
major
Maruth?
players.
I don't know this map as well.
So Maruth is it's a cute little corner right here. Where's my mouse?
What's
It's up there.
Do we know
No,
the
Your
last
your
count?
mouse was up there.
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
So this strip
Okay.
of land right here is Maruth.
Okay,
And
that's
to
all I need.
show you its total size
I'm good.
in the map, I do want to make this known. This is the continent. This is Old Maruth. This tiny, long strip of land.
This dragon land.
Well, pretty much everything east of this cut of Ulf, that's all Charza.
That's all dragon.
That's all Olgathar. This small section here is Ulf. This small section here is
Right.
Raihan. Kigara is an even smaller section, kind of taking up here. And Uxal
Yes.
spans most of this northern region in between itself and Kigara.
Cool. So our official story is we were dropped off on the up here by the coastline, and have been working our way down through for the last camping and hunting for like the last 3-4 weeks.
And we said we came south from the north, not from the Isles, correct?
We're not from the Isles, but we're
Yeah,
originally
we're
from the
north.
south, but we're coming in from the north.
So effectively,
okay, I gotcha.
he is from Port Regal, which is right here.
Yeah, yeah,
Not big enough to be on the major map.
Okay.
And
So we're just going,
you
We
guys
came
took
up-
we
boat,
came up. It's like we're going up. We're going down.
possibly
back to the south.
even
Okay.
took
Yeah.
the boat
It's
all
like
the way
we're-
up the coast to Port Kentum or
Yeah.
into Sienda.
So it's like we're doing a
Yeah,
hunting
I would
trip along
say
the
we
coast.
probably did a somewhere along like vintage
Vigar.
Vigara. We probably went up to Vigara as a starting point, stocked up. That's where I hired these guys.
Yeah.
Unless maybe one, like we might have a retainer with us, but we hired most of you at Vigara.
Yeah. So we're just a hunting party, basically either going south as far as.
Yeah, we're just gonna go south until
Yeah.
Until
From the far south, came up far north, descended
Yeah,
through
so-
Maruth, and was like, we're not.
So we either
in
get to the
there.
destination, run out of money, or die.
well, we're paying you guys.
I know that's what I
so-
said. Run out of money.
Yeah. So counter story. Did we hire all 5 of you guys there, or is one of you like someone who knows us and's been with us a long time, trusted?
Don't
Give me
ask
our-
me to say anything
I
because my
would
persuasion
say-
sucks.
From DM's perspective, it would most make sense if you're a group that's trying to go out and hunting stuff. You pick one of the ones who looks most like a monster hunter, so either one of those two, and you say, one of these is our retainer, and then the others we hired on in Avarian to run south with us to try and find exotic game.
I think I would go with you because you would have the poise to be someone like not a butler, but someone who would know how to interact with royalty. You have that posh and that posture.
You're a noble huntsman.
Yeah.
You look the most to be like a servant.
Says to the one in the
Highest
noble
rank, yes.
station.
But you have, because he
That's what
has
nothing
that, it'll cover, and then we hired the other 4 of you at
Vigar.
You couldn't convince them that that man was nobility.
I am very intelligent and noble.
Actually,
I choose to be.
they probably
can't
could.
read.
I can read. I have a 13 intelligence.
Winton probably can't.
What's your
I
intelligence?
can't say Winton any other way.
Winton, what
It
is your?
might not be that high.
It is definitely not that high.
This is
Mine is not
Gig.
that high. Mine's higher.
Giggling. There's a mouse there. What's after the? Is it an ER?
AR.
AR. Thank you.
Vigar.
Look,
What?
No
saying
hard
it
R.
with an E is a little too close to something else.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I did have it.
It's
I
a-
will note.
Josh,
I did have it as an
it's
E
a
when I
14.
first.
I
Maybe
think it's
like-
the wisdom.
let me
Well,
look
that's an
at it.
actual word.
It
Oh, I
is,
was-
It is.
but it's a little too
I'm like-
close.
Just I
It's just a little too close.
You can't
So-
drop the
Is that how it's spelled?
What do you want
That's strength and
your?
charisma. That's what.
It's either 1 or 2. These.
I
I think
have a
it's 2.
0 charisma
I think it's
and a 13
O.
in strength.
Vigor
Vigor is
Or-
VIG.
I'm
VIG.
excellent
You're right.
wisdom.
Orville, what's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah, like who do you want to be? Do you want to be Orville?
I don't think I should have the name Orville at all as a part of it.
So
Okay.
do you want to be Ethan?
Fuck it.
Ethan.
Fuck
Dope.
it.
I like it. Let's do it.
Can we all have our original names as this?
As our codes?
Yeah, as our code
That's a
name.
great. That's
You
a
know,
great.
the-
idea.
Yeah, what's your
goofiest-
character name then?
The goofiest fourth wall.
Ethan.
No,
Ethan.
the goofiest thing about that actually makes sense is a variant does have the most modernized names of
Bruh.
everything, so it
That's
does
it.
kind of fit the best.
Let's do it.
Ethan Buck.
So we're all calling each other by our own names.
I mean,
Horrible.
K
Send it
is
in the
K.
Discord.
Yeah.
We have Sintis,
Sentius.
Cynthius, and
Fenric.
thank you. Yeah, it's all red right now. I gotta zoom in
Since
and
you
find it.
Stenrick.
Frenric. Let me break this down.
Fenric.
Fen-
Fenric.
Yeah, I'm doing a dash there so my eyes don't.
But that's how
fuck
you're.
out.
That's who you're pretending. to
Yes,
be.
I'm Fenric.
That's what I thought. That's
Kate
what
is
my
going
notes
to
was
be
Sentius.
Sent.
I-U-S.
T-S. I.
Sent I-U-S.
like. Oh, it's I.
Okay, that works.
I mean,
I know.
I-O-U-S.
Sent.
Oh gosh, my gosh,
Since.
guys. I don't know.
That wouldn't.
Dios. Sentios.
Sentiosad. Anyway. Alright.
I.
So, and officially, it's time to get out of job. We left as soon as we saw the dragon. That's
a
what
good one.
changes.
You
it.
guys
That's a
saw
good
a dragon flying above and are like, there was a dragon heading
An
to
ancient-
Ulf.
There was an ancient
Whose
dragon.
horse is that?
Huh?
Whose horse is that?
Well, that's smart. I called it. It's not coming
Pulls
this
out
way.
trident, attempts to dominate beast.
I tried to Uber. It's missing.
Starts
me.
doing
It's
strafing
incinerated.
runs from 120 feet in the air.
I sent the. Make sure you read through a lot of them because they keep getting better and better.
Oh, you posted it to the general, not even to the.
Oh.
Well, no, I don't think this has to do.
What?
Well, anything having to do just in this game, you're welcome to post anywhere.
Okay, I just want.
You use Bing?
It just auto put it to me.
Wild.
Well. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
That's really what it is?
It does use
That's
both.
the Urban Dictionary.
So that's why you changed it.
Oh, Lord.
Did you read the virtual one?
My
Bring
god.
down, it gets better.
Can we not?
Oh my gosh.
Terra community in the Vitae.
Oh, that's not even the best one.
I'm
Keep
moving
going.
I.
The first-
Vampires!
one under it, go one down.
Oh no.
Oh.
A Caucasian kid that hangs out with Vietnamese kids who acts black.
Hangs out with Vietnamese.
That's a thing. That's so many steps.
There are too many
That's
things.
so damn
many.
specific.
That's so
That
many
was
steps.
in 2003, that one specifically.
They keep getting better.
That's crazy. A German way.
So are we doing names now? You're now then Orville.
I am also Ethan.
Fuck.
Hello, I'm also Ethan.
I'm Ethan.
Mr. Ethan.
Sir,
Oh.
can we go sir?
Or
I
we could
know.
do. I was thinking Mr. Ethan and Sir Ethan.
What's your middle names?
I will note,
Not to
Knights.
my middle name.
not really in this application.
Sorry, that was so fucking.
So using
I get that too.
the term is Sir.
I
Mr.
did not need to be that
Mr.
mean.
Ethan.
Which one's Mr.
That's
Ethan?
true. We could just
Orville's
use
Mr.
Orville is
We could
Mr.
just use
Ethan.
middle
'cause-
names.
Winton is just regular
You
Ethan.
can just call me a racial slur. That's fine.
Fine.
I'll respond to it.
No.
I'll just go
We could
by.
just call you 1 and 2.
I'll just go by Cole.
Thing 1, thing 2.
Cole. Cole.
I just wrote so many names, Ethan. Really?
Yeah.
Cole. All right, Mr. Cole.
Mr.
Cole
Cole
and Ethan.
Ethan.
Is that
Mr.
are we
Josh.
good?
Yes. And I'm
Do you
gonna
want a
call
Mister on
Swords.
your name?
That's
do you-
not
I
very.
really
Or would you
like
like
it.
Sir
Sure doesn't
because
look like a
would you
Mister.
like it Sir
Just a
because
very
you are a
upstanding
paladin?
butler type. Just ignore
Uh,
me.
How do you find the
Sir
jealousy tab?
You can just. I could just say I
I
could
think
go by
there
my
is one.
middle
There was, I
name,
remember.
Thunderheart.
Thunderheart. Mr. Hart.
Yeah, like that.
This thing loads everything.
Oh my gosh, we were going by
besides
original
fucking
names, now y'all are changing it.
Never mind. Just go by Josh.
I'll just.
Josh Thunder.
All right.
Josh Thunder.
Josh Thunder.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No one has said that name in a long
And,
Not enough brothels on the road.
No one said that since the last time I went and got a McGangbang.
Hey, what?
what the?
You mean Tuesday?
Tuesday. Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Okay, we're going
Never
off
mind.
the plot.
I love it.
Okay.
I'm water.
Phelan, you are.
As you guys begin to walk,
Sure.
I would rather have
someone roll me a d10 on the table.
Would have been so much better.
I
Oh,
will roll you a
D10.
D10 on the table.
Ethan's got it.
We all will roll a d10 on the table.
That one.
Nat 1.
It's a 1.
That's fucked.
So,
I should not have
Why
rolled
would
on
you
the
do
table.
that?
Why did
It
you
literally
roll?
hit on the one and slid.
yeah, it did not roll. It just
Can
funked.
he roll it? Roll it?
No.
No. So, as you guys
Is
begin
this a
to walk,
pass or fail, or is this just like a?
this is
side?
weather.
It's a prior.
My D10s during travel are always
Always weather.
Probably doesn't matter. It's probably more of a random table than a one.
I can make the weather go away,
Yeah.
but I just lose a magical ability of my spirit.
So, as you guys begin your march,
I can make it really heavier.
Eodids swiftly making their way through the marshy areas just south of Ulth. You guys are beaming as fast as you can. You guys all set your equipment, almost like loosen some things, make it so it was obvious that you packed up swiftly. With
Yeah,
your
'cause it's
very
big break
intense and
time.
stuff, because you guys are sprinting south. You're trying to make it look that way.
We're supposed to tie things down.
As
You
you
don't know
guys
how to tie
begin to
knots.
move, the heavy, thick gray clouds above you, which have been above you this entire time, begin to let loose. You see it actually coming from like the southeast from the ocean, where a ginormous holy shit.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dude, you tried so hard to hide it with the voice. You picked the pause to let that one
Is that your
rip.
thunderbolt?
Just So as the thunder rolls off in the distance,
Yes.
a thick, heavy coat of rain begins to fall on you. Just an absolute deluge.
Thank you.
Can you
And
turn that
Also,
fan
it's
more
a
this way? and turn the
it
speed
will
up?
slow you down a little bit. Since you are on Eodid,
The smell
it
is
doesn't
lurking.
slow you down a whole bunch. But it definitely does slow you down.
So you get
Is there any chance you can keep that at a lower rate?
once the smell goes away.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair
That
enough.
is why I turned it off.
Okay. Because I can tell you that's all the mic is picking up right now.
Oh, come on.
It's probably gone by now.
Regardless. So, absolute downpour upon you guys. As I said, it doesn't slow you down significantly, but it will be taking time off of your march. You guys don't know what time it is. You just know that you're starting to get hungry. As you begin approaching, and you can definitely see there is a clearing ahead of you. And on the other side of it, those of you with very high perceptions are able to notice maybe a few miles past, a few miles of just cleared out area that is just marsh. That you would assume to be right on the border or as close as a trench that can be dug in a swampy area ahead of the Clarguard Garrison. You are almost there. Is there anything you guys would like to do before getting there?
Nope, fuck it, we ball.
Oh my gosh. I'm not.
I'm going to just look over.
Lauren is stressed.
God, dang it.
Sir, I was gonna, sorry, Sir Ethan. You said Clytus?
Cold.
Cole. Let me.
Mr. Cole.
Mr. Coitus.
Oh, that's going in the book. Ethan is
Coitus.
Mr. Coitus. Mr. Cole. You might want, Mr. Cole. You might want to take that correspondent and put it in a bag in case they search our persons.
The note? It's in a bag of
Okay, because you tucked it in your. Okay, I just
bag of holding pouches.
He's a little thief where he's like.
Not cool.
It's like the handy haversack pouches.
He's like.
All right, Mr. Cole. So as we begin to write in, I would.
Shield of faith,
Sin. Oh, there's not an S in there. Sentius. I mean, there's not a T in there.
Sentius.
It's
Sin.
Sentius. It's
Not ST, yeah, Sin.
If you're talking about
Yeah,
Sin.
Sinius. It's like, well, I do believe that I'm just going to start going into character at this point. It's like we should be able to get a report off on what we saw and begin to make our way farther south. This weather suits my mood just fine. I just can't believe that this is our luck. I mean, we just started to find. I'm gonna start to go on a little rant about getting into the good game, and it's like, and then he says, then someone had to go stir up the orcs.
We had just found the mother. We were tracking its nest.
And I'm just gonna kind of carry on in that kind of bitching, rich, noble, wet, cold, pissed. Things aren't going right. Not whiny, but just crap.
He definitely leans into the whiny. He adds a bit of nasal into his voice.
Don't forget to use the word tusk face. They don't like them, just some slurs.
Oh, I got many slurs. Let me go.
Yeah, now's the time to pull out your slurs. Anybody that's
we're clearly not happy with the orcs. Might as well
Mostly
show we
only
don't
phrases
like
against
Mr.
the
Thunderheart, I believe you had some choice words for that group of greenbacks we met.
How can you really say how you feel about them?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Mosier, which sister is Andrew married to? I can't remember. Rebecca?
Potter.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now,
I would be going on talking about. Let's see, where are the ones?
Orky big orc face. What?
I'm not the one who wrote them.
That's not a slur.
I got. What
It's
was
like
I got?
an 8-year-old's version of a
I
slur.
got the pig faces, the nose trash, the bear bug food,
Nose trash is
This-
beautiful.
the slime skins,
I like
the dungbacks,
I like necro breath.
the gobbers,
Scum breed is great.
Yeah.
Scum breeds.
scum skins. I like this. Oh, wait, scum breed.
Green
Swamp
ape.
skins. I like that one too. It's one of my favorites.
Green ape is not racially charged at all.
There's another one that I would like to say, but it's too close to other words.
Which one?
Oh, this is one that I found on my own.
Oh.
That I had to change.
It's got too hard R.
Ginger.
Yeah, I changed the R to so it would be a little less.
Ginger.
I did. That's
So now
what
you can be like an
guys.
inner city black man.
Exactly. Inner city goblins.
All right, so
Nice.
I'm just gonna kind of, the two of us are gonna start chatting, and I'll start talking about. Well, it's like. Anyway, it's like we'll get to the city and get a good inn, get dried out a bit. Can't believe how wet it is up here, and it's like, oh look, as we begin to start moving in, do I or anyone see any patrols or anyone if we?
It is very tough to see very far anyway. You can see the tall towers of the garrison itself just because of how large they are.
Can I use these?
To see a singular person.
Scope on my rifle to look around.
So, scoping in, go ahead and roll me a perception check. And I'll have. I'll roll for Jack as well.
Would I notice any tickets? People just like
That is a natural 20 plus 9.
Not at this range. Natural 20 plus 9. You only want a nat 20s.
We're just noting like things as we're approaching.
Yeah, effectively. As you're peeking out through your scope, you see a few people along the walls, but they're mostly in the towers. You don't see anybody out and about beside the garrison. But, you know, the garrison, starting where you guys can see it, which you would assume to be somewhere along on the eastern side of the northern walls, probably stretch for a few miles, and then go back a few miles. So as you guys are approaching this, you have to effectively go into a long clearing that's just a marsh, which, as I've said before, not very difficult since you're on mountain. But as you guys begin riding into this area, are you going straight up to the wall? Are you going down to find a gate?
Heading for the gate.
Yeah,
Heading
it's
for the
pretty
gate.
obvious
And
the
this
most
is-
traveled path.
And this is the.
The Clarguard Garrison.
This is a garrison with 20 to 30,000 well-armed trained people.
As you guys approach and
I
get
gotta go.
more of a view of this,
Scared.
there is this thick fog that's rolling over. But you kind of ride up to where you're within real good eye line of the wall and begin just sprinting west, knowing that there should be a gate at some point.
Should I, like, if I have a way to let ourselves be known, like send up a little flare, a little. I'm sure they've probably seen us, but to
Yeah.
obviously make sure we're not there, like even just like thaumaturgy, hello the gate.
Okay, so as you guys are running down,
I could use
one
a spell.
one thing I'm going to note for you guys, just to kind of like give you a perspective on the Clarguard Garrison, it is built mostly of wood with steel supports, but you can tell that this wall goes nearly 30 to 40 feet deep,
Okay.
and it rises at about 25 feet tall. So it's not an incredibly tall wall, but it has, you could say, like, it has rooms inside of the wall, and likely far more supports inside of it as well. Every approximately 150 feet, there is a small tower that rises up. Every third tower rises an extra few feet, like maybe an extra 10, 15 feet, and has an extra area. Each one of those taller towers has a large ballista. Smaller ones have catapults, these itty bitty old off catapults. This place is more defendable than most cities as you're running across this wall. And as you're looking up, you see more and more eyes looking down upon you. You probably passed by a few hundred people manning the walls today. As you guys round about and make your way to the gate, you kind of thaumaturgy your voice and go, "Hello!" And as you do, you hear back seemingly with a magical amplification, "This is Captain Gorfath. What is your business?"
I am Lord Finrick of got all tangled. Lord Finrick. He said, Lord Finrick. He says, we bring poor tidings of dragons and lots of orc movements. He's like, we were out on a big game hunt and had a little bit of success, but there's something stirred up all them greenbacks and they began to get rather aggressive, and we had to depart in haste. And then we saw one of the largest black dragon I've ever seen, not more than 6 hours ago, and decided it was time to head south to more civilized lands. Thought we would report.
To prove that we were big game hunting, I'd like to pull out like something like that.
The
We
head.
like the head. Like I pull out some of it like hanging in the back because I'm a little further back. I'm like showing that we did, and I just kind of like put it back in and be like, yes, this is what we're doing.
You get it takes a few minutes, not quite a few minutes, but a few seconds, a few moments. They seem to be discussing amongst themselves, and then you get another response. "Of what house and city do you hail from?"
Because I can't say the words. A stone house. You, Mr. Claude. Where did it go? I changed it.
Just yell back. The one that'll let us in.
I can't ever pronounce it. It was Royal.
Palomir?
Yeah.
Palomir, and then you're from Port Regal.
Yeah. Oh,
Your
it's
turn.
in the wrong spot. Yeah, Port Regal. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know why. I typed it in and it's not there now. Because I actually wrote that down because I stood up and did it like that.
Yeah.
But it's not there. So,
Josh is just speaking.
All right.
Port Regal.
So calling back that you're from Port Regal,
This is of
your
the
name Halomir.
Halamir, and I'm going to look back and unwrap the standard. Show them the standard.
Rapid, hold it up.
They can't see shit from this distance.
Yeah.
But as they look
do I have
out,
a- do I have a-
they
do I have a
see a
light?
few of the more colorful tips.
It's good. I have light magic.
And a few,
No, not lightning light.
a
Yeah,
few,
it's like the
a few
lightning.
moments later, you get the response.
Oh, there it is.
Can you see it now?
Fireball the trees.
A few moments later, you get the response from the Captain Gorfath. "Welcome to the Clarguard Garrison. Lord Holomir, make your way in. We would like to get an official report from you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I don't like this.
As you guys approach, you see rising into the sky on either side these two massive steel and wood beams that seem to be a part of holding this gate door shut rise up into the areas beside the gate. And as it does, the doors open, and these massive wooden steel supported doors, maybe about 20 feet tall, about 30 or so feet wide, just massive, this is the main gate, opens its side, and immediately you see 3 sets of iron wrought gates behind it that are all also rising. And as you enter the front, you hear the grunts and groans of dozens as they crank these iron wrought gates up. You hear each clink as it goes up and then sets down, and then up and then sets down. This process takes about 5 or so minutes from the moment the first gate opens until the last gate is high enough for you to walk into this Clarguard garrison.
Do we need to dismount, or are we riding in?
It would take longer if you rode in, but you can have your Eodid behind you. They aren't taller than you, really. They actually lizards, they sit pretty low to the ground. As you kind of enter in, there is a squad immediately there, along with a man, very well kept, even in this just pouring rain. You would guess that he has not been out in the rain yet today, but you would assume this to be the captain, as he has this purple and orange sash over his left breast, and you can tell he is a member of the standard military, the Gators of the Zemnian coast. He's the watch on the main gate. He is the commander of the watch right now. And he kind of begins to approach. He has a secretary beside him, who kind of steps up behind and hands you a bag and says, "Some dry clothes for your travel."
Oh, thank you very much.
And he kind of does a slight bow and then begins to back away. You look inside, there's only 2 sets of dry clothes.
Yeah.
As you kind of close it up and set it beside, the captain says, "If you'll follow me, we will arrange you into a barracks and you will be officially given your interrogation here in a few moments."
Thank you, sir. And I'm sure we can take out the beast as well.
We will escort them to a small holding area for the time.
This is my nephew, and I'm going to gesture over. This is Sinyon.
This is my son.
I said it wrong.
This is my nephew, Salunian. Sentius.
Salute.
There is a T in there.
Yes, we said
We
that.
thought there was a T in there, like the
Like-
duck.
I'm dyslexic. I had a T in
Oh,
there,
really?
but I
Logan?
thought you guys.
Fascinating.
I thought you said there's no T in there.
Is dyslexic
Sin-
to the degree to where, as he's
Here, let me
DMing,
show
the
you.
names that he made up, he cannot pronounce. Consistently.
CNTIOUS.
He spells it out for us, and we tell him how to pronounce his NPC's
Because I
name.
forgot it. I mean, it's not like when I did it, I was like,
I
oh,
bet
that's
you guys
good, and
have
I
fun
listened to it
spellings
multiple
Think like
times.
centaur, but like
Sin.
Sentius.
But it's a C, not an S.
I don't feel like
Yes,
that's helpful.
Sentius.
I thought
That's
it was
what-
an S.
There's an I.
That's why we asked for they make fun of us when we ask for spelling.
Think Sentinel.
Yeah.
Just carry that.
Centurion.
Centurion. Sentinel.
Sentius.
Sentius.
He
that
sent
makes
us
more
away.
That makes more sense.
If I had a Whopper, I would throw it at you right
Dude, I'll take that. Let's go. I would gladly be throwing a Whopper today.
Whopper.
Whopper.
Did I get that
Can
phlegm
I,
up there?
as
The
we are
Whopper.
being, as we are being led away, I would like to note for one where they're taking just kind of the surroundings, as much as information as I can garner.
Passive
Also, I want to be
perception
looking at
14.
any military symbols, see what I recognize, see what I don't recognize.
I think we
All right.
See what I can add to my book.
Just like,
I like
to
know the armor.
The armor. So your standard
Pulls
gator
out red.
runs either scale or studded leather armor, dependent on it. Some are scouts, some are more shock troops, some are just stand in the shield's wall kind of troops. Depends on the guy. Most of what you see here on the walls are scouts, so most of them are wearing studded leather armor.
Okay. But they're all wearing the symbol of
They're all wearing symbol of the Gator Legion, which is the primary, just standard army force. The like privateer types with their guns and rapiers who were on the boat off to the side that were helping the Leviathans, those were probably Gators. Like they were just the standard general everyman troop.
So they don't have the Concords symbol then on them?
They do have a Clarguard Garrison symbol.
But they also
But they also have the symbol of the Gator.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll turn to and say, this is the head of the mercenaries I hired, Mr. Ethan.
Mr. Cole!
No, Cole is his
Cole is
retainer.
that's
Ethan's the head.
He goes,
I thought it was Mr. Cole.
he goes, Mr. Ethan, I hired.
you were the big boy.
He goes,
I'm sorry.
we hired these four in Vingar. Yes, he says he's Vingar. He goes, and this is our man, Mr. Cole, with us. He is my huntsman.
All right, let's wait for any more information gathering and take you to my commander.
Yes, very good. He's like, oh.
Would you like
God, I
to
want to shake his hand so
to
bad.
them on the way there?
No. Bad Bjorn.
Want to shake his hand so bad.
No.
Getting closer?
Sentius?
Sentius! Yes.
Yay!
It's like Sentius.
Will you remember it next session?
I'm trying.
I want to shake his hand so bad.
No.
Boy, I'm gonna like hold Bjorn's hand like down, boy.
So,
And it's like, because as we're walking, I'm going to kind of just hum a little tune and like try to prestidigitate some of the dryness off of some of the water, like the heavy water off of us as we
okay.
as we just kind of
The rain is not stopping.
yeah, and I'm just humming along, trying to do that while I'm holding the clothes.
Up to this point, I would like you to roll me a deception check.
Okay,
Hang on, can I?
and I can't bardic myself before we get here.
You could have bardic yourself before you get here, just for this first roll.
Okay.
Uh,
If you're trying to do like a guidance or something,
I have aid, but aid doesn't do it.
Aid,
Aid's
no.
guidance.
It's temporary.
I always confuse aid and guidance because I'm trying to aid you, but I want to guide you.
All right, that is a 24.
Nice.
the 24. Okay. Okay. So you guys are being led along. He seems convinced at this point. As you guys continue along, you guys are walking for a while. Like you guys are walking for like 8 to 10 minutes in this torrential downpour.
I would like Taylor to know like the good step, like the distance,
Holding your weapons.
The distance. Okay.
and any turns and whatever we take, like the route back essentially.
The route back. Okay.
And also, did they take our Eodids like in a
Yes.
different direction
Yes.
from us
They separated you from your
immediately?
Immediately.
Okay. I would like to know which way they took them. Not that I would know. Like,
So
Just
effectively
from
think of
the
it this
gate.
way. From the main gate, you guys went in and then immediately started taking a bit of a right angle and they just kept going straight.
Okay.
Last you saw.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Which was like 2 minutes into your 10-minute walk.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, we're not getting back to the monorail. There is no escaping from this place if this goes.
Oh,
wrong.
this isn't terrible at all.
So
Except for Bjorn. Bjorn.
you
could-
guys get
I could be
marched
touched at that.
along. I would like everyone to roll me a performance check.
Oh,
Duh.
sweet, yes.
Fuck me.
This is not going to be a very high DC as the rest of you haven't really done much yet.
Fuck.
It's not going down. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. 11.
11. Okay.
16. I am performing rather well.
17 total. How to find my
Two.
performance mod?
Two.
What's your performance mod?
Bro.
0.
-5 or
27.
something?
27. Okay.
My
I
defense
am
set me
winted.
in the back and
I am
that's
winted.
It wasn't an at one, so that's all that matters.
That is
It wasn't in that one, right?
It wasn't
I was
in
gonna
that
say
one.
you don't have a +1.
I have never lied on
Yeah.
a dice roll.
Ethan is
hope
like.
not.
Don't
I am
worry,
winted.
I have.
I am winted.
Yeah, you're the
prerogative.
of course you have, dumbass. I expected. I don't trust a single dice roll you make. I've never trusted
Honestly,
it,
the
dude.
vast majority,
I swear you rigged this
He
shit.
only fudges down.
Yes.
I
That is-
generally only fudge down.
That's what I do as a DM.
I
fudge down.
call
Generally.
bullshit.
I've fudged up a couple times, only when it's like, this was meant to be a tough fight, and my dice are just not making this a tough fight. I at least want it to be an intermediate fight.
Good.
So we're gonna, like, make a
Good.
couple hits.
Oh, no, dice are not.
No, we're gonna just roll it again.
Whose dice is it?
You roll the dice and you tell them the number you want to get the results you want.
Like your thingy.
No, not quite.
I didn't end up taking that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Oh,
so
you
fun.
should
Alright,
have.
but-
Lying to the DM
alright.
is so much fun.
Nah.
It would have been fun
Alright.
at first.
Lie to the DM.
So we're all out in
Been
the
fun
rain
once.
and we're walking
Yeah,
for
but
hours.
You
A few
guys
minutes.
walk for about 10 or so minutes before you are hurriedly rushed inside what looks to be a larger building. There seems to be some kind of command center in one way or another. And you guys are placed not in like an interrogation room, more like a meeting room. Like it's this long oval table in the middle made of like a good cedar.
I'd like to make
Like an
myself as
oak?
unnoticeable as possible. With, like, just to be able to have a quick access out, maybe.
Just kind of fade
Post
back.
up near a guard, be able to like view the whole room, something.
Okay.
If something
I don't
goes
think-
wrong,
I don't-
I want to be able to turn invisible and do shit so we can get out.
I don't think they'd
As much as
let
possible.
you.
I don't think they're
be,
gonna let
like,
you separate
sketchy
I'm
much.
to
just
the door.
saying.
you're gonna have to
Well, no, I'm not
prevent
gonna be able to
yourself.
sit right by the door or like.
The
stand
best
out the
you
door.
would be able to
Right,
do
solve.
without you're gonna look suspicious doing this kind of thing.
Well, can I roll like a stealthy?
Well, the
That's
thing
even
is,
more suspicious.
to try and be stealthy would be incredibly suspicious.
And we're not in the
so
bathroom yet. We can
what
go
it
to
would
that.
be would be like a performance check.
Okay, never mind.
To try and be closer
Performance
to the
sucks.
door.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you can just be like you're lost. Like,
I just
oh
want to
my
sit where I
gosh,
can
I'm
see
so
as much
amazed.
as possible.
So you can kind of sit yourself on the front side of the room where you can kind of see the whole room. You kind of back the chair up a little bit and put your feet on the table so that you're able to kind of get a wider glance of the room. You have access to you can see the two doors that enter into this room. There's the door you came in, which was a double door, and there's a single door across the room from you.
But we're all together. The nobles aren't separate.
Yeah.
The nobles.
You guys are all put in the room together.
So I'm going to. One of you guys has a bag of holding, right? You do. It's like, Mr. Cole, please. And as you walk over, I'm going to act like I reach into your bag of holding, and instead I'm going to pull out a teapot, steaming hot, because I can store items in my ring, and set it on the table. Pull out a few cups, one for myself, one for you. I was like, would you like one to the guy who's there? Set it down, and then get like one out for the officer and start
The
pouring.
officer, so as you guys are dropped off, the captain leaves.
Oh, he does.
There's two guards posted at the primary door inside the room that are just keeping an eye on
I
you.
was like, well, I'll look around and it's like, I guess I'll pull out a few more China set and I'll start filling up. Yeah, this night's China set. And I'll fill up the tea and stuff. It's like just a little something to take up the nipple. Gonna look over at you and pull out some whiskey and put it in, fill up your teacup with whiskey instead of tea.
That's Freudian
And
line,
then-
but okay.
And then it's like, yeah. And it's like, please, we've got a little bit of time. Let's get some warmth back in our bones. And it's like, sit down. It's like, I'll just kind of sip on my tea while we wait and just prestidigitate, trying to dry off as many of us as we can. Starting, of course, with Cynthios. Nephi.
Can I roll a quick performance check to see if I can like daintily like drink the tea like super fancy like?
Sure.
Daintily drink your whiskey.
24.
Damn.
You're able to
You're the
put
most
together a pretty solid, like, nobility pinky up.
I'm like,
While drinking
this is a
whiskey.
very good whiskey.
This is a great whiskey with
These huge
some
ass
dead
fingers
tree
like
in here,
gripping
too.
this tiny little.
Yes, just like very, very delicately, just like showing my.
Oh yes, my favorite liquid, dead tree water.
Hey, there's some really good stuff you can get when with dead trees and plants.
I'm getting nervous with all these high rolls for stupid stuff.
I mean, that's what whiskey is.
So
What do you mean, you guys? I haven't rolled a sting over a fucking 2 this whole session, damn it!
Like 19s and 20s.
So, you guys are sat in this room for a little while.
That's alright. We expect so
10
much.
minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by, 40
Damn.
minutes go by.
After
Do
about
I have a deck of cards?
yeah, I was gonna say after about 15 minutes we're dry.
Yeah, you guys are completely dry in
Big
15
airdrop.
minutes.
Oh my gosh, I'm
You're
gonna
big.
start reading.
This
Can I
smart-
start
You-
reading the
Yeah, I'll just
Your
look
own
over
smut
at
book?
my slut book that I gave her.
This one.
I do have volume 1 as well.
I'm on volume 3.
Everyone just
You're on
pulls
volume.
out this fucking book and starts reading it.
It's like we're a cult, like all
You're-
reading
no,
from
you're
the
a
same
book club.
scriptures.
You're just like,
you're
"Eh,
in
time to catch
passion's
up."
embrace of the broken winds of fate.
Passion's embrace of
It's
the
a
broken ones.
perfect title for a smoke book, I'm gonna be honest. It's great.
It's a little long. It's a little
They're all long.
Well, everything in them are long.
Most small ones are pretty short titles.
Oh my
Not in
gosh.
this era.
Bjorn's getting bored. How long has Bjorn been waiting? How long is it? Is it 40 minutes?
30 minutes.
So 40 minutes go by, and you guys hear scuffle of footsteps outside the double doors.
There's a building
And
on
you
the
guys
place.
see entering in a
Mr. Zen himself.
the doors are pushed
Just
open
walk.
with some level of force, and the first two people who enter the room are donning complete plate armor. This plate armor is black, green, and gray, and seems to be made of some form of magical substance. You can't quite tell if it's like a mithril, but it's a very lightweight, heavy armor. As they step in, their helmets, with the slash down the nose, the chin coming to two sharp points, and the most intriguing thing is they almost have like antlers. Like it's literally like a stag helmet upon their head as they both enter in. They are each wielding, and these are big dudes, and they're wielding a shield and what looks like a smaller form of a halberd in their side hand. You notice they have a short sword at their hip, a pair of daggers upon each of their thighs. This is an honor guard of all honor guards. They even have capes.
On your feet.
As they step in, coming in behind them, completely dry, is the commander, the base commander. His sash coming over his chest as like almost like a black and pink as it comes down his left breast, and he enters in. He's got this big old hat as he rounds the corner. He comes around and kind of nods to you, Logan, as he notes you as the noble immediately. Yes, go ahead.
Can I take off my big hat as I would have worn it in the rain? Take off and just be like to the big hat, nod to the big hat.
Yes, you're welcome to. As he steps in, he kind of points back to your guys' chair and then moves around to the side. You see he has a couple attendants with him. Gorfath, the captain that you guys entered in with, is behind him as well. And you can tell this is definitely the bigger dog. Like, Gorfath back there is borderline, like, bowing to him constantly. As he kind of rounds in, he sits down. You know he has this, like, long, purple, flowing cape. And he says, "What are your names?"
I'm Lord Frederick Halmia. This is my nephew,
Cynthia.
Cynthius. He goes, this is our man, Mr. Cole. He's our huntsman. We are from Hollymuir. No, that's my name. We're from Port Regal. Sorry.
Oh God,
That's canon now. That's canon now.
Canon.
Shit. I'm not good at reading things. Okay.
I must be able to go.
We're from Port
Okay,
Regal.
okay.
He's like,
Immediately
and
starts-
he says, my nephew is getting close to his coming of age, and I thought it would be a good chance to get a little more experience in life. So we came up to the coast at Vigard.
Easy.
Today.
Vigard. He says, and we hired Mr. Ethan and his troop of adventurers. They're hunters, and we've been in the north hunting. And, I believe this one's Josh, or did you go by? Who'd you go by?
I went by Josh. I was
By Josh. And
What game did you find? If
I
any?
guess we were quite lucky. I'm going to gesture to
I'm
you.
saying you just. I pulled out. I was smiling. I'm just like.
The lizard's heart. And
That's
it's like,
pretty good.
this is one of the great, crocodiles. He goes, it was a beautiful battle. Beautiful battle.
Great fun.
And he goes, but unfortunately, we were in the process of hunting down its the matron when it was about 3 or 4 days ago. No, 5. It was just under a week ago, I would say. We began to run into orcs. They were quite angry. Something had happened that had frustrated them, and they weren't very friendly. So we decided to kind of start moving along. And as we did, to be honest, we saw great numbers of orcs gathering, soldiers. Maybe somewhere around 30 to 40,000. I'm not good. How many? Would you say 40 to? I'm trying to get the number of how many orcs and goblins we saw at the village. But I'm being truthful and saying it as it's like this is not more than 6 or 7 hours from here. Because it's like, and we were lucky enough to run into a small convoy of outsiders from this area, and we were able to get a good night's sleep safely. I guess they didn't want to offend us, so then.
Were they Zarian?
It's like, it's like, I guess they. I'm trying to remember. In the discussion the other day, we had mentioned the folks that were coming in and going around that were moving through. That were kind of
There are caravans from either Yalen or Zapol.
Yeah. Okay.
Yalen's from.
You didn't upload, so I didn't do my checkup.
Yeah, I forgot to.
So I didn't.
It's uploaded now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It got uploaded right before the session.
Yeah, I was checking it.
Nice.
I was like, it's still not up. But that's okay. So
Yalen.
that was a question I was going to ask before we left, if we could tell before the dragon flew by what they looked like, the caravanners.
The caravanners?
Yeah.
Well, the caravanners mostly don't come into Ulf. They mostly meet Ulf caravans along the coast. Because if caravans from anywhere outside of Maruth come into Maruth, it's likely that the other orcs are going to raid it.
Okay. It's like, honestly, I'm going to just flat out be honest. Says, I do believe they were, it was very strange, but you know, what are the sea folks? So that, where we're actually from.
Oh, the Concord.
Yeah, he's like, I do believe these were Concordians. He says there was, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna flat out tell him the truth. And said I saw Concordians in the Orklands. And he goes, and because I'm assuming I'm under a truce spell.
I would like you to roll me.
Because I'm not lying. I'm stating facts, but
You
I'm
definitely
not.
lied in this.
No, I did not. We saw it.
Well,
a caravan.
you said that you're Fenric, which is a lie.
Okay, in that, yes.
Like, there are lies that have been told
Okay.
of what your group is. In
All
terms of the information you found in the Ruth, no, you
Yeah.
haven't lied.
Okay.
But who you are,
Deception.
you have. So I will allow you to roll either deception or persuasion, whichever one.
All right. Or persuasion.
And
Both. Okay, if it's persuasion, then it's a 26.
oh, 26.
If it's deception, it's a 21.
Okay. Well, if you want persuasion, you can take
I
persuasion.
would prefer persuasion.
It's a bigger number, better person, right?
Yeah. But yeah.
So as you're going about this, you see one of the secretaries is writing down all of these notes. You see the commander kind of note and says, "You mentioned something to my captain of a black dragon."
Oh yes, that was the last call. He goes, we broke away from the caravan outside of a city. What was the name of that hovel of wood, and they had a wall. That was where we departed from the convoy. Do you guys know? Maruth? Yes.
Maruth?
He goes, and we were just leaving the convoy.
Oh, that's it. Oh, we were in Maruth.
And he goes, we heard a roar. He goes, no, I've seen wyverns, but I had never seen an ancient black dragon. And that was the last straw. It is one thing to be hunters, hunting big game. It's another to deal with the dragon. And the fact that it was so close, we decided to come here directly and tell you what we had seen, because frankly, a dragon that close could give even a place like this a hard time, I assume, unless you're prepared. So that was 7 hours.
Maybe a little over.
But we came straight away once we solved the trap.
See, he kind of ponders this for a time and says, "You said you found yourself near the city of Earth."
Yes, when he goes, while we were traveling,
Close
he
enough
goes,
to see an ancient black dragon. Yeah.
like I said, the convoy was close to the clearing, and that we decided we could get away from there. They weren't, since they thought we were with. I guess they thought we had business there, and then we pulled away. I'm not exactly sure why they let us go, but maybe they were distracted by the dragon. Or maybe we're a fool and they just wanted us to tell you about the dragon. But anyway, we got to where we could see the city. Or I guess it is a city, it's that big, but the hovels, the wood, the mud.
Yes. Ulf has defined itself more closer to a city of late.
Anyway, to be honest, sir, we weren't looking to find ourselves in a war, and frankly, if we get one, and we're in one, I do believe most of these people will declare their contract void because they weren't after that kind of combat. And so I would like to, when we're done, my intentions is to continue heading south, back down, and get some time and enjoyment after this fortnight, and I'm gonna kind of scratch my head because I don't feel clean anymore. It's like, and just kind of muttering, it's like, I think it's time that we do some business and some sightseeing and then head on home.
You see, he kind of has a short whisper conversation away from you guys with one of his secretaries, and a book is handed to him, and he seems to flip through it for a time, and then he closes it again and pins it up. How about you roll a luck check?
Shit balls. Joke's on you, he has a sending so directly to who he's sending it.
That is a 17.
Oh,
17.
Yep.
As you're kind of flipping
Yep.
through, as he's flipping through, he shuts the book, closes it, and I'm going to have you make one last persuasion or deception.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He wants us to fail.
I will note to you,
Oop.
your DC
Will be
is a
high.
minimum of 20. Minimum.
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
That is. Fuck.
Not good.
Oh,
Damn.
Damn
That
it,
is
Danny.
17, bitches.
17.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, Ethan.
That's
Dude.
still great though.
I-
Shit though.
It's still, yeah, it's pretty
Ethan, stop looking at the dice.
Let me
You're making it worse.
see. I don't think there's anything I can do.
Fuck me.
Hang on. Was that?
Was I standing next to him?
It was
It's
or
not-
it doesn't give
it's
you a
not-
bonus.
I can make it up.
No.
It's
You
just a
make
game.
it up. It's
No,
just a
you're
game.
fine. You're fine. Let me check. I don't think I have anything.
Fine.
But your thing
Steve.
has some support stuff. Let me see.
I mean, again, we can't pull it off in front of him. I can't. I mean, I can't give myself guidance. It's like, ooh, what's that comic one where they're like,
Yeah, Zach.
oh, you know, all that stuff that they're doing, and they're like,
Guidance.
for the stealth check, you know,
yeah.
I got you. So I fail.
Give me a moment.
Oh, God.
Double checking some stuff real quick.
Jack, where are you? Can Jack save us?
Can the shadow phage do anything?
The shadow
Can
phage
Jack
cannot do anything.
Damn.
All I have is
He's
for
gonna
some reason
run
I fail.
and do Batman stuff.
So,
What didn't roll?
You.
as
did.
you're
I didn't roll anything.
It's the-
as
it
you're
rolled
sitting
15.
there,
on
the
performance.
commander kind of looks down at the book, closes it, lashes it shut, and
The
says,
laptop.
"Well, sir, we have some good and bad news for you. Good news. We shouldn't hold you for too incredibly long, but we need to double check some things and would like you to stay through the evening.
Fair, huh?
The good news is, at least for your Avarian compadres, they will be able to leave here momentarily. Probably in the morning as well. The most lucky thing is, your family will not be a part of the first draft. You do not have enough troops. You're a small enough family.
Oh, you almost got drafted.
I'm gonna cock my head. I'm gonna cock my head and go.
That's what the luck check was.
A draft with the orcs.
If they are amassing numbers, and with the Concords seemingly amassing their armadas, it is likely to occur within the near future. Why let you back down to Port Regal when it would just be a month for you to go down and get back up?
Oh, lovely. I'm going to kind of look over. He looks young. My nephew, right? Like, he could pass as 13, 14.
I mean, he's in that 13 to 15 range.
That's perfect cannon fodder range.
It's like,
That's a powder
That's
right
fucking
there.
dark.
is it this quiet? I'm gonna just kind of look over at him and go. I'm gonna kind of just kind of lean over and be like, I understand, sir. May I make a request? I don't have an heir, and my sister's son is going to be my heir. It's like, and is it? Would it be acceptable for me to head? I forgot to the city.
Zem.
To head for me to go ahead and head on down to Zim in the morning, take care of a few personal affairs, and be able to arrange for him to be taken back so he could overlook. I doubt if the war is, as you say, going to be with the Claudian and everyone, then I won't be home for quite some time. I would like to get him and some fares in order before the end.
I would like you to roll a persuasion check.
I won't look at it this time.
I'm not using that dice. That
I can't read those dice.
Neither can you.
Yeah.
I try and look at it, I'm like,
It's a
what the
nat
fuck am I
20.
looking at?
Oh man.
Wow, another one.
26.
See,
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
look at
No,
it.
sorry.
And roll high.
It's a
Fuck.
6, that's 21, I'm sorry.
That was a 6 on that? How?
Yeah, it was a 6 on that.
That's what I was looking at.
He's like plus 1,000.
So
Actually,
I am
you
invincible.
kind of ask this, and the commander kind of looks at you, and he kind of stands and says, "We may be able to get something on the records. You have brought valuable information to the Empire. I will let you know later this evening. I may be able to write a note of acquiescence for you to return to Zen with you in your heart. As for your Avarian compatriots, it will be on their dime to return to their empire if they wish to once they reach the great capital."
I will say, basically, I will thank him and nod.
What happened?
I'm just gonna be quiet, contemplating more. That it's more than just a battle of words.
So, as he kind of sets this, he is going to he's going to leave you with, if you have any requests this evening, we will be putting you in some of our nicer clearing barracks. If you have any questions, you can send a letter through. He points to one of his teammates. They will not be far from you. I am Commander Kelji Fentar.
Wait, what's
If
his
you want
name?
to-
Kelji.
Kelji Fentar.
I'm
And
gonna
if you
spell
would
that
like to,
right.
you can roll a history check on that. I will note this is a tiefling man.
You said I could roll,
Ah.
wait, you said I could roll history?
Yes.
Sure, I'll roll a history check. Why the fuck not?
Fiend?
No.
Fiend? Tiefling?
No. No.
They fucked Fiend. Someone in their family fucked
Oh,
Fiend.
that,
Hundreds of
they're
them.
half team. Let's go. So this captain's name is
Kelji.
Fentar.
And this is a command.
Well, I
I have a 14.
have quit rolling good.
I got a 16.
That's because Ethan started looking at your dice and I jinxed them.
Hey, as long as he starts rolling good, that's fine.
My dice
Yes, my
don't
dice
sound
are-
good, dude.
G. Kelji.
Except for the
Fent.
fight with the alligator.
F-E-N-T-A-R.
I rolled like 3
Fent.
18s back to
Kelvin
back.
Fent.
Yep, Kelji Fent.
Kelji Fent. We got that Fent now.
Hey, I'm gonna go up and turn the snort off.
Hey, no.
I can't think. How can I think it's Fentanyl?
Fentanyl.
That's weird.
So who all rolled history?
Fentard.
16, 14.
Fentar.
Tar, like
Fuck, what's his first name?
The
F-E-N-T-A-R.
Clarguard Garrison.
Kelgi Finn Tard, like retard.
No D.
No D.
Tar, like black tar.
Like black tar heroin and fent.
That's not what I went
Combined.
with. Just like,
Fint Tar.
How
what was
about
my
this?
What was my
Since this is such a difficulty,
No, I don't care. I'm having fun with
17
this.
on history?
I write it phonetically because if I spell it correctly, I'll never know what it is.
Yeah.
Kelgi Fentar.
Kelgi Fint Tar.
so this tiefling man, as you look at him, as he kind of turns, he has his horns kind of scale up and then curl down in a loop beside him. As he turns, you only saw him really from the front, but as he turns to leave, you notice that his right horn has a chip down its center that pretty much takes the whole back end of this right horn off. As you see it, you're like, Kochi Fentor. Anyone who rolls over a 15.
Oh, I'm
Me.
stupid. I feel like I'm being targeted.
I'm not stupid, I'm just not smart.
I do generally blocks of 5. Kelgi Fentar
Not rolling Jack's shitty dice.
is
That's
a
your
name
you're rolling someone else's dice. That's your problem.
from the Zemnian Empire before the Coastal Civil War, when it was still the Zemnian Empire, and the Concord was a part of the Zemnian coast and a part of this empire.
Oh shit. What's up, man?
He was the commander leading the siege on Sindahar.
Leading raids or leading it?
The siege.
Siege leading. Oh, I thought raids.
The show map.
Centaur.
Sindahar.
Oh, dear.
I'm about to point it out here momentarily.
Syndicar.
We want East Coast. We want this guy right here. The largest island of the Concord. The only true major landmass.
The one with all the farms.
No, there's a lot of other places with a lot of farms. Sindahar is
Is that the one with all the?
Seconds.
No, it's not.
yes. This right here is Sindahar, the largest landmass
Oh, okay.
island. It is where the Cartans rule from.
Oh, hey, there's mine.
Which family is who from here?
South.
Or no?
I am right.
South.
So he is Scarton
I
right
am like-
here.
How long ago would this have been?
This was 40 years ago.
Yeah,
I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, most of you were not
I was
alive.
a thief.
I think everyone was not alive except for maybe her, but she's an elf and she's been in the Astral Sea most of her life. Regardless, this name rings a bell as one of the most vicious
Uh-oh.
and total war style commanders of land troops. This is not a naval commander.
Yeah.
So he participated in the siege of Sindahar, which means he was boots on the ground in your effective capital island.
I would probably know them quite well, not because obviously I wasn't there, but being
That close.
so close, even way
Yeah.
after it happened, in a militaristic family, being in the military, I'd probably know quite well.
Yeah.
So,
Garbo, please.
Oh yeah.
So you don't remember too many innate stories, but you remember Sindahar was really one of the only few land battles of it. There was some at the Scartan stronghold as it was sieged by sea for an extended period of time, but the largest bulk of the Southern Armada during the Civil War occurred and surrounded the whole western coasts of Sindahar, and some of its more western cities were sieged on land, and some of them even taken by this commander, who now appears to be the face man of the Clarguard Garrison.
What is it not? To be honest, guys, I'm sorry. I thought that we were far enough south that it wasn't part of the capital. It wasn't part of this empire. I didn't realize. My bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When you hit the portal?
Yeah, when I thought the city ended, these guys ended. I was where I went down low.
Oh, you're like, oh, I'm not part of the empire down here.
Yeah,
I'm
I thought
gonna
I was
get
out. I thought it was
drafted.
out of the powder. I didn't realize it was still
Yeah,
part of it.
no, him flipping through the book was to see your family and its approximate size, to
Yeah.
see if you would be a part of the first call to a war.
Yeah, which again, that's my issue. That's my bad.
So
If
that's
if
what
I'd
the
have
luck
known
check
I could have
that
got
we failed
drafted,
was.
I'd actually posed the other guy.
No, the luck check succeeded.
It
No,
was.
his family is too small to be called in the first wave for an
If the
actual
luck check
full
was
con.
bad, he would have just gotten drafted.
He would have just been like, you can't leave and you're going to be calling your banners here
Here.
now. You're sending a letter.
Yes.
Yeah. His family has like 3 people. Most families have like 40. They're like, well, we can bring like 40.
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand when he says the family's too
He
small.
just-
I'm
he
not
just-
asking about the logistics of the family being small. I understand that part.
Yeah.
I
So-
thought that was funny.
Yeah.
He almost got dropped.
And more than likely, it's
It
more
still
like
is.
his family has 50 sworn swords compared to hundreds upon hundreds from most
Here's
of
a
the
Bear
other
Islands.
noble groups. Yes, he is the Mormonts, but he's a smaller noble in Bear Island.
He's smaller than the Mormonts.
Well-
I have 10 good swords.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far into my
Yeah.
nerdarchy of
But it's fine, it's fine, it's
that world, but the Mormonts started with hundreds.
Yes.
But after like 4 wars,
They got
Liana was like, I can give you 12.
Yeah, she's like, because we love war, we don't populate that well up in the north. We
My
love
mommy
swords.
brought like 200 swords to your older brother, but they all died at the Red Wedding. So,
we don't have. Yeah. Anyway.
either way.
Towers.
So, you guys are escorted by a full squad, so a full dozen, to a pretty nice set of barracks. This appears to be some form of like almost political or noble holding center of just, hey, we've got guests, and this is the more clean place, you could say. It's still not the best. It's still a mid-end tavern level.
Who has the best persuasion in the party? It's an open question.
Without a doubt.
I have
Is it-
15.
Yeah, like without
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like half that.
I've just been rolling that.
I think if we
I'm
can
second at 10.
if we can find a second, I'm gonna mention to you if we could, because I have terrible persuasion. If we could somehow get like a letter or something from Garrison that is basically, hey, safe passage ordered by this high-ranking guy.
That was
would be-
offered.
Yeah.
was
That
offered.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelji said that he would
Get that
draft
for
up,
you guys. at
Draft
least.
up a letter of acquiescence for you guys to go down into
Okay,
Zem
well,
and figure out your
Talk to me
shit.
then. I'm sorry. I was doing
But
that, Sarah.
it's
Not
not
really.
sure if me and my nephew.
Nephew,
She requires
who's
a lot of
super
attention,
important
man.
to us.
Yeah,
who we
it's just
do
hard to
not
follow.
know,
God.
who's about to get taken by our enemies, drafted into a war. Oh gosh.
So, I would first say, you guys find rooms. It is a bunk room. All 7 of you would be sleeping in the same room.
Wait, like bunk beds?
They're not bunk beds.
Oh.
But they're nicer than bunk beds. You know, they're not singles. They're twins. And
Do
they're
you want to lay on the floor?
somewhat comfortable. Regardless, you're here for the rest of the day. It's just past midday. It's about 2 o'clock at this point. The rain is still pouring down. Unless something super special happens, you guys are here till morning. Is there any wish to rock the boat or wait for the morning?
Absolutely.
I'm
Well,
pretty
it's time
sure I
skip.
have. I thought I had some cards.
I don't want to rock the boat, but I want to like talk to some of the. Are there near guardsmen to see like?
There are guardsmen not in the barracks with you, but they are just outside the room.
I just want to like
Can I shake your
swap. No, I don't want to shake hands. I was like, oh, do that now. I don't want to shake hands. But like, I just want to see like, hear of any like, oh, have you been doing any like monster hunting? Like, I've hunted these types of creatures before. Like, have you guys been going on any raids lately? Just kind of like seeing like, if they've ever been like in their span, have they like been either monster hunting or like done any raids that they'd like to stories that they'd like to tell. Like any good stories? Because I'm like, I want to hear some good stories.
Whenever you try to like draft up a conversation, their response is effectively, "We cannot inform you on any official Clarguard Garrison business."
Yeah, duh.
Oh, I'm just talking about it in the past. Have you guys done anything far north or anything like that? Anything fun or anything interesting?
You kind of roll me an insight.
Oh, that's a flat roll. That is a 4.
You have no clue why these guys aren't talking to you, but they seem very uncomfortable that you keep trying to pressure them into telling stories, and they eventually just kind of put a wall down of, you are not one of us. You are from a variant, and we cannot inform you on any of our dealings in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, you guys boring. Whatever. I'll go drink somewhere else. 110, where'd you go? No, I'm just kidding. I
I'm gonna pull your ass to bed so we can
I'd say
time skip.
Ethan, I was like,
I'd
do you
be
call
Ethan.
out Winton?
No, I call it Ethan. I'm like, oh, Ethan! Ethan!
I'd be like,
I'm
cool.
declaring.
It's like, I was wondering if you could help me. I think some of my shells got wet, and I'm going to. It's like, and I'm going to pull out a series of little shotgun shells. I'm assuming they're in like paper.
I assume so.
The paper setup. It's like, could you help me dry out some of my stuff and check my loads, make sure they're good.
Can I start checking his loads and helping him make new loads?
For that shotgun, that scatter shot all over the room.
Oh my god!
How's that for timing? Anyway.
So, as you guys seem to be like pulling weapons, and
Pulling ammo shells to reload, not
Yeah,
weapons.
yes.
Weapons have not been pulled out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of cleaning rifles,
No, not even cleaning up. Just
Cleaning
messing with ammo.
bullets.
Yeah.
There we go.
Drying out the
Let me
paper.
double check something. Does anybody have blind sight or true sight?
I don't remember.
I can have blind sight.
Can we stop bullshitting and time skip?
No. Welcome to D&D.
I mean, technically, I can say
Right. Well, you don't have any reason to activate it. Correct?
yeah.
I assume we're being
So do I, but I don't know how long it would last for. I mean, I
no,
can
I got
spend-
nothing. Nothing I would do.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, end of my turn. No reason to do that.
trying to. I would like everyone. Give me a group performance check, followed by a group luck check.
Performance. This
Oh my god.
this one will be performance.
Oh, there's a.
Performance of
Bruh.
a performance is a dirty 20 for me.
That's a 13.
Sean rolled incredibly high.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
it's
Both of mine are dirty 20s.
both of you.
19 on each plus one.
An 11 plus my luck.
Not having fun with the one dice.
What did you get?
I got a nat 1 on the performance, and I got a 13 on the luck.
That's
Winton is the most suspicious.
When you ready, sir?
Don't be
Right.
Winton.
Okay.
That's good.
My
Roll higher than a
performance
2.
was only 17.
17.
My luck was 17. 17 on both. Wow.
Nat 1 on performance, and then a 13 on luck.
Do you have anything at
20
all
on
to
both.
add to performance?
dirty 20s.
Nope.
I had a
Okay,
15
straight.
performance
I
and a
am,
20.
dude, I have 0 in charisma.
Okay.
I got a 12 performance. I don't remember what my luck bonus is. I can't remember. But I have.
Oh, you don't have it on
Oh,
there?
you don't have it
No,
on?
I don't have it on there.
Yeah, we need to add that to the sheet.
I keep forgetting. Slash. Whatever. But I just got an 11.
So 11. Okay.
Just straight.
Well, luck overall was certainly better than your performance. You guys can't shake the sense that something is definitely watching. You don't know what exactly, but something definitely has eyes on this room as you guys are all here, and there's no guard in there with you.
I mean, we've not said anything. We're just reloading ammo. That's
Can I
not-
maybe do some,
nothing bad.
like,
Do you really want to try to do something that could even be construed as suspicious?
Bad.
I'm gonna pull out a set of
Up to you.
dice and cards and just kind of set them on the table
Yeah.
next to us while we're working.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to do it, and I'll look over at Bjorn and think, Josh, I think.
Josh.
And I'm
Josh.
going to pull out another bottle of good whiskey and set it down here. As agreed upon, one every day.
Oh. Gosh, you don't make me like you.
About 3 hours after you guys are set into this barracks, you would assume it was probably an hour after you got to the garrison by the time you reached these barracks. So you're guessing it's like 6 or 7 at this point. You guys are each brought a platter of some pretty damn good looking food. There seems to be like a mixture of some kind of like potato and onion along with some kind of meat, all sauteed and seasoned very well. There are a couple. There's a small, like 5-gallon keg of mead that is brought in along with some cups. That is all set out for you guys. You may not like Zemnians, but this is some damn good food. That is one thing you guys know. But if there's nothing else, we close out the day and you guys get a long rest.
The only thing was, were we reloading your ammo? Because that was something you talked about last week.
Yeah, we were doing a little work on that together.
Yeah.
It's a little. I think I've got fairly nice Magnum rounds and the shotgun shells that we're working on, drying out and working on. I would, if you would allow it, while we do. The whole time I'm doing little humming, little different things, acting, doing stuff, and as people finish their meal, as we're doing things, I would like to, while I'm constantly casting cantrips and doing things, I want to hit people with lesser restoration to see if I can knock any poisons, any truth serums, anything out of the food, since I have no way of checking the food besides a medicine
I was
roll.
gonna
Yeah.
say, like, I have the
You have
the
utensils.
the utensils. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna use my
Would-
spoon.
Yeah. Oh, ow. That's right. You have a full
The full set.
So if
Three.
you ate it,
So I'll take
use-
my spoon and eat with my spoon, and whatever.
does it
and
change or
whatever.
anything happen with her?
Yeah.
Let me.
When it comes into contact with a food or drink that's poisonous, either naturally or magically, it loses its charge and immediately begins to tarnish it.
So these are not poisonous.
Okay.
There is nothing attempting to poison them.
Yes,
None
I
of
know.
these. I would say the
Yeah,
lesser
pour water.
restorations,
Oh gosh,
are they verbal and somatic? I believe they are.
I would assume, but the whole time I'm doing little casts of, I'm just constantly humming, singing, doing prestidigitations, the whole time I'm just using cantrips over and over and over again with all.
So one thing to note is the fact that every spell has its different incantation and different somatic components.
Yes, but as a bard, they're just different songs. They're different ditties and things.
Okay, I will have you roll me an extra performance check.
Okay.
Because you definitely are, it's noticeable that you're casting a spell on people. It's just,
Yeah.
can you hide that this is
What this is, because I've been drying people's clothes. I've been doing different.
I
Are
will
you-
note,
are you
either
seeing-
way, casting active spells on your allies is inherently slightly suspicious.
So I do. So are you singing things? Then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I have a lute. And that's one of my tools. So I'm just out there playing my lute as you're singing. Just
Yeah,
so-
and I've been doing this since the moment we got out of the rain. I dried clothes,
Oh,
I did stuff.
Absolutely.
So I just-
Cantrips
yeah.
are separate. The thing is, you guys are unconfirmed members of a small noble house
Right.
from the far, far south.
Yep.
Very disconnected from here. You guys are inherently incredibly fucking suspicious to be coming from the north at this point, with a whole host of information that they may or may not have already had. Regardless of how good your rolls are, they are going to be inherently suspicious, and as I said before, they have eyes on you.
Yep.
So, the performance check will help alleviate some of this suspicion.
Right. I was just trying to give the reasoning behind it. It's not just blanket. Oh, I'm doing this. I've been doing stuff the whole time, trying to set that up. So.
I understand the
Yeah,
thought.
you're good. You're good.
He's been creepy.
And again, if I'd have realized it was part of the people, I would have got someone else. But
You're just making sure the rain doesn't make us sick.
That's true.
you said performance, so
Acid
that
rolls.
is 27.
A 27.
Okay. Been in the rain for so long, don't want to get sick from it.
True.
That's you.
I'm
It's
coming
you.
down with this.
Ah!
Where?
I hide my coins.
We need to
Pikachu!
do something for me.
Don't worry, those are mostly the gnomes. The gnomes are the Jews on my roll.
I'm wondering why.
They have not yet been gassed yet, so we're waiting for the Holocaust.
Got it.
What?
Hey, I'm down. Let's do it.
I am.
I
not
mean, we
for
played
our-
the evil campaign last time.
No. So he got a 27.
So we got a 27.
27.
So, as you guys kind of slow down for the night, take a long rest.
Yeah.
No other shenanigans.
No.
For the love of God, no.
Yeah. I mean, I remain conscious technically since I don't sleep. I
You go
just
into a
in
trance.
but I am still conscious.
Yes, you are.
So I'm like
It's like
aware of our surroundings.
No need for me to
still.
say I'm gonna do a walk.
7.
She's just like staring at one of us or something.
Yeah, staring at Orville as he's just.
Okay.
Lol. Just watching me sleep.
How locked in are you? I'm gonna like flick little things at you.
Instead of sleeping, you're gonna take exhaustion and just flick stuff.
Bro
at
just
her
takes
eyes.
some copper coins and just flicks it. Just like, how close can I get to her eyeball before she's like passing
Nah,
right
it's
in
not
front of her eyes? So you guys are all able to take a long rest. In the morning, you awake to a banging on the door.
No.
Before any of you are fully awake, obviously.
Cool.
Conscious.
Could you
That-
do that?
that's what it
Yes.
says.
I understand. You don't
Watch
gotta,
it.
don't stop fighting me.
Cool.
So
could
you
do
would
that?
you would have gotten your full long rest, and so would have everyone else. But as you're kind of still in this trance with reading your book, since you don't need as much time as everyone else, the door opens and those like honor guard in that ornate armor and the cape step in and are
Start. Look presentable. Look presentable.
Stand up.
I'm kind of
Dust stuff
fussing
off.
over here. You know,
one of them
trying to straighten
kind of
up.
says, "Prepare your things. Another meeting with the commander."
Lovely.
Set my top armor on it first.
Ooh, at this point,
Oh,
I would love to cast the brain thing. Whatever it's called. So that way we can talk to each other.
How noticeable is that from you? Now that one might be really suspicious.
Speak to me.
It's just telepathic communication.
But
It's
what is it?
technically not even a spell.
It's not even.
Oh, never mind.
She's just like voices in
So
my head.
how many people
yeah,
go
voice,
into
they
it?
just appear.
I can do.
They won't go away.
We're gonna do 5.
5?
Alright.
Fuck Cade.
There's technically 7 of us.
Fuck Cade. Fuck Shadow.
Yeah, I don't include Shadowphage basically.
Shadow Phage.
Kind of fine.
I hate to say this, but would Cade be more useful
I'm gonna definitely
Are you
say
serious,
Danny.
Winton?
Yeah.
Danny, I'm gonna go with
I am the second most persuasive.
Orville, Cade.
Go ahead
You
and
were
roll
your
an
game
D10.
cut out.
We're technically supposed to do this at the beginning of every time you activate this.
You were Bjorn's game cut out.
That is a 5.
For the next 5 hours, this is up.
Yeah.
This is
So
like
long as
voices
we're within a
go
mile
away.
of each other.
Doesn't like your
Um,
We're not. Then we're
I'm gonna leave out Bjorn. Let's go with Shadowphage.
Oh!
Rolling out
Oh!
for fucking someone who's
She
not
doesn't
here?
even like you, man.
That's insane.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
well,
That's
I'm just
hilarious.
saying, like,
She
That's
doesn't
like-
trust you.
I
That shit's
don't like,
wild.
I don't trust him. Frankly, I've never.
So then why would you
me and-
include him?
Because I need to know, like, if he's gonna do something crazy. I need to. That's where I'm at.
Well, since he's not here, he's not going to do anything crazy.
Winston,
Yeah, I was
Winston
gonna say.
not
Okay,
here
so
is
then I
good
guess
decision.
I'll.
So fucking
whatever. I'll just
stupid
go
game.
with.
Yeah.
We're
supposed
taking
to
that.
do.
I'm gonna leave out.
Do what
I'm
you're
Don't
gonna-
hate the game, hate the
No,
player.
do what
Okay.
you're gonna do.
I will leave out
Bjorn.
Bjorn and I'll do him and Kate.
Yeah, leave out the crazy card.
I'll leave out Bjorn and I'll leave out.
Leave out Bjorn and
Jack.
Sean.
Sean.
Leave out the wild card. Nothing could go wrong there.
Yeah, surely you can tell us what he's
1,
playing.
You
2,
plus 5.
3, 4.
But you plus 5,
Ow.
so he just said you plus 5.
Well, but Kate.
Yeah, a number of creatures
Yeah.
equal to your
Okay.
proficiency modifier. There are 6 others in
Okay,
the
fine.
party.
Yeah, I guess.
So you
So
can
Bjorn,
leave
happy
just
birthday.
No, I just get.
Oh god! Oh no, not
Just
again!
minus Jack.
Just Sean gone.
Let's go.
That
Oh,
makes
the
sense.
You guys are escorted to the same meeting room, upon which you see that the commander is already there. And he seems a little more distressed. He doesn't really seem like he slept at all. He kind of gives some courtesies, and as you enter the room, he kind of nods to you and says, "Sorry to wake you early, but we're about to start rallying troops, and we want you out of here before then." He takes a note out of his pack and says, "If anyone stops you along the way, feel free to show them this code."
Thank you.
Does he have his big hat?
Yes, he does.
Take it off.
He
Just
does
like,
not smile.
No, it's,
Yeah.
it's fine.
He's
Still, how can I steal?
I'll take it. I will thank him. Nod to him and go.
get a bonus on slide of hand checks maybe with my gun. Let me just
As you
shoot
kind of
off
sigh,
his
he
head.
says,
May the
"Be safe on your journeys.
My slide hits plus 3.
It's about to become a very dangerous time. I would advise no more monster hunts for a while."
as I kind of tuck it away, I go, I believe, as you stated, I'll have different kind of hunting I'll be doing in the near future.
Which is likely.
May the, in your world, is it a male or female god of fate?
Fate is not necessarily conceived as a god more than not, but more as
The
a
winds of fate.
constant. Yeah, sure.
So may the winds of fate favor thee in your... What?
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah, it's exactly, basically what I
May
said.
the
May fate
winds
be
of
ever in
time
your favor.
never be behind you in gust light.
And that's how I will, and I will give him, as a war vet, as a man of power, even though I'm a lord, I don't know what, I guess technically I'm it's weird, but I'm going to pay him the highest amount of respect that I'm allowed to by my position.
He would definitely be considered a significantly higher
Okay,
position.
so I will give him the proper respect for one.
As you kind of leave, he says, "Your Eodids will be prepared along the southwestern gate. We considered it is up to you. Would you prefer an escort?"
I'm going to think about it. We make good time. They'd be hard pressed to catch us, and if I think we'll be good. It's like, I mean, unless the dragon comes, but then an escort wouldn't matter either way.
I would love to see a dragon try to attack this place.
Because this place, that would be a show. Us off of ourselves. Yeah, I'll gesture in this. But who am I when there's such a abundance of challenge here for me?
He kind of nods to you and says, "Be on your way."
Thank you.
So, as you guys are escorted through this effective city, as you continue through it, you get to see a little bit more of the scale of the Clarguard Garrison. I would like everyone to roll perception.
Yes, this is what I can do.
Active or
Active.
passive? 'Cause my passive's a 22.
You said
Wait, what are we doing?
investigation.
Perception.
Perception.
I really
Twenty.
want
Can I,
to just use
can, I,
my...
can I just use
Same.
Or, it's like I really
Why
want to
is
use...
Well,
the
I'll
ranger
take
having
16.
difficulty with perception?
I unironically haven't rolled above a 15 this entire campaign, except for those 3 19s I got in a row to kill the croc.
But he's in a city, not
Outside
in
of
a range
that?
area. So he's like, I don't like cities. I want to be in the forest.
He's a
and
water dude. This
Yeah.
isn't his element.
He wants to be in the water. The swamps.
Actually, it is. I have proficiency in swamps.
I know, but we're in a
We're in
castle.
an urban
I want
environment,
to use my
and
22.
it is actually a good thing to note. The area inside the walls of the Clarguard Garrison is not what you would call a swamp or a marsh.
Yeah.
Like, this is hardened ground. It has cobblestone roads. It
Freaking
is a
16.
developed piece of land.
I got 13.
So some people rolled 20s and such, so we're not going to worry about exact numbers. I effectively just go off of if somebody gets a high number, they get this piece of information and share with everybody else too. That's just kind of how I run things for simplicity's sake.
Well, and I've got the thing, so anybody.
As you guys are marching through,
Excuse me.
you just keep walking and walking on this escort. And pretty much as soon as you leave the area, with it no longer being as cloudy and gloomy now, there's still a light layer of clouds blocking the sun out, but it's not as thick and rainy as it was yesterday with the fog. Pretty much as soon as you exit, you see a massive tower at the center of this location. And you also see 2 more slightly smaller towers a little ways off in the distance, not by much, that seem to be quadrants, districts of this garrison. Each of these towers are at least 100 to 150 feet tall, with what seems to be entirely obsidian walls. On top of that,
Fascinating.
fascinating. When Kelji spoke of confidence against a dragon, Obsidian does not know. These towers could definitely defend from the skies. As you see, there's a whole bunch of like openings along the side of the tower that have ballista and trebuchet set beside them as ways to defend against either sky or if someone were lucky enough to enter into this garrison. But most importantly, as you guys are walking, you're kind of going upwards. It's a slow incline as you kind of reach this top of this slight hill as it goes down, and you can actually see the gate that you're going to at this point. But looking back behind, you see multiple large clearings in this area with barracks surrounding them. And each of them have, in formation, masses upon masses of troops. From where you can see, which you can maybe see a third of the whole garrison at this point, who would we say is good at math?
Oh, here we go, guys.
Not Bjorn.
Bjorn is a military leader who understands math of people.
He's a paladin. Not a military leader.
Of military.
I'm a spy.
Probably
Like
Orville.
info gas.
Yeah.
Probably
I would
Orville and
think.
Thalen are probably our top two in terms of quick counts.
Nerds. I'm too good for this.
You guys both guess that from what you can see, and you see hundreds, if not thousands, inside of this city, preparing. They're fully armored, they're in formation. It looks like they're about to go on march.
Right now.
Right.
Yeesh. Well, the invasion's not starting yet. Well,
Shit's going down,
that
boys.
was
Time to
kind
go.
of our, I mean, yeah, when we decided to tell them, I mean, this was kind of one of the potential results is that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
escalate things.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're going to do a preemptive
That's-
strike now because we just let them know that, hey, there's things on.
Yep.
Oh, so sad. Goblins are also going to die.
So, as you guys exit the city, your Eodids meet you at the gate.
Is it 2 days from here?
From here, it's more about a day and a half.
Okay.
You guys took a 2-day route straight down to Zem, half a day to get to the Clarguard Garrison, a day and a half to get down to Zem from there.
All right.
It is a pretty damn straight shot, and it's not a very long journey.
We have our note to go do whatever we want.
Yep.
Note of acquiescence. So as long as you are doing what the note says you are doing, you're good to go.
What does the note say?
Yeah. We haven't read the note.
You haven't popped the note.
Damn it.
This is all. It is also. No, it is not today. Not up to this point.
Yeah, let
Bro just summons a massive fucking thunderstorm. He summons a tsunami on this place so that the army can't march until tomorrow.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
and I will be honest. When I threw this out, I misunderstood. I thought it was 2 days to this, and it was the fastest rate, not half a day. But as soon as I was like, so 6 hours, it does speed up the timetable a little bit. I was thinking it was 2 days to here, and it was the fastest route from here to there. But
So
half a day's fine. It makes combat's better for us. The sooner it starts, it's better for other people.
yeah. So
Don't we want to delay the combat by a day or two? If possible.
Not with this pass.
yeah. So with this pass, you guys should be able to get to Zen, no
Mhm.
problem.
So
Now, what you do once you get there,
Yep.
that's a whole other story. So, as you guys get onto the road, is there anything any of you guys are particularly wanting to do along this travel path?
I'm gonna open the freaking note. I have forger's tools and other things, so I should be able to open it fairly easily and look in.
Okay. As you open the note and look inside of it, it pretty much details who you are. It details a Lord Fenric Hulmir and his nephew Sentius Hulmir. They don't necessarily have the first names of
Right.
everyone in the family. You're a small house.
Tough guy.
So,
I'm specifically looking. We have free passage to the city. Do I have instructions for when I get there?
it notates that once you get there, it is your plan to arrange for your nephew to be sent back down to the city sent back down to your city as your heir, and for you to effectively do as you please at this point.
Call my banners.
To stay, call your banners. If that so be your wish, it is not required yet for you to do so. It's very much, he is a lord. Give him his honor as he should have. But it does note that your Avarian compatriots should be given swiftest travel to the Catanan border so that they may return to their home.
Okay. So, day and a half, we're going to have a stop along the way.
You will have one rest.
Okay. On that rest, if there's any way we can tell if we're being magically viewed, is there a way, like how, to see if someone's watching us?
Would blind sight allow that?
Not
Blind sight would give you a sense of there might be something around me. I kind of can sense something. True sight is like,
Yeah, true sight.
I
can
can see that right now.
Let me get.
Give me a moment. Let me double check something. Okay. So. That evening.
weather check.
We'll go ahead and do a weather check real quick. That is a 5.
I didn't look at it, so it's better than.
So it stays fairly clear, still gloomy, still cloud filled. I would like, at the end of the day, nearing your time of settling down, saving throw.
Okay. What kind?
What saving?
I believe wisdom.
Oh,
From
sweet. Can
everyone?
I,
This is for Sentius and Fenric.
can I pop something to help with those saving
Well,
throws?
we'll
If
be-
they are within 10 feet of you, they get a bonus. In a small camp,
Just anticipating?
Sentius is within 10 feet of you. I'm going to say that Fenric is not in this case.
Okay.
So, I need a wisdom saving throw. I am going to
Wiz?
preface ahead of time. This is going to be DC 18.
I'll take it. Never mind.
10 for me.
Plus 5. Okay. And with a total of plus 9, including the oral protection, we have a 27 from Sentius.
Okay.
It's 1k.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are preparing yourselves for sleep.
Bad dice.
Um,
I couldn't remember which one would have been really horrible or which one would have been really good. You are going to sleep on the 19. Okay. When we take care of the animals, am I allowed to do an Arcana check to see if there's anything magically trying to see if there's anything magically tracking them?
the animals, you could try. Yeah.
You know, when I said this was a bad dice, I really meant that.
You sense nothing around the animals or yourself.
15 on a nat 1.
Yeah. On a 15, you do not sense anything.
Okay.
You kind of search the animals to see if any physical item was placed upon them, and you don't really find anything. The night settles. You guys close out your day.
When we're in our tent, I'd like just me and my nephew. I'd like to use the Star Spiral thing and go invisible, greater invisibility.
Okay.
I'd like to take a first walk.
at which point I want to use my forger's tools to rewrite the message with his signature and all of his information, and making it, since he, with a slight alteration, that they are allowed to, if they don't have the coin to go, they could do a job to earn the money to depart.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a check. I will give you are, according to your character sheets, you have them, and you're good with them, but you are not technically proficient. You don't have proficiency in a forgery kit.
Okay.
So, this will just be a +7, as that is your sleight of hand. That is what I
makes
will
you feel any better, you still need to get over.
You should use some different die.
That
That was a 5.
So 12 total.
So
That
a
one
12
sucks.
total.
So that one doesn't count.
So you go through and you
You're trying to do a
Forge.
sleight of hand?
I didn't know it was sleight of hand. I thought it'd be something else, but that's cool.
Well, I mean, it's honestly, with a forgery kit, it should just be a +0.
yeah,
But I gave you sleight of hand,
yeah.
just to give you some kind of bonus, because you're not proficient with it.
Yeah. Tools,
Are you
yeah.
proficient with forgery kits?
Well, my sleight of hand is +17.
Yeah.
So
Where's proficiency?
If that's
I don't
the-
even-
You are able to rewrite the note.
yes, I am proficient.
It's not. I wouldn't. Yeah.
It's not a perfect representation of the same handwriting as the signature and the final regards. It's
You need to see
close,
proficiencies
but
on
if
it.
you have a very keen-eyed person reading this note, they would likely be able to tell that it was written by 2 hands.
You're doing this in your tent?
Yeah, with greater invisibility.
Oh damn, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to do it where no one can see me. That's fine. I'm not going to keep it. But well, okay. I will go ahead and destroy it because it's not good enough. But I now I'll put it in my ring, and I'll make some notations of what I need to do better next time.
Okay.
That
I will
way.
note, greater invisibility is 1 minute.
Damn.
Okay.
So,
I always forget that.
yeah.
So that's
It is a speed writing.
Okay, all right. Speed writing goes back in my thing, kind of stretch out, have it all put away. It's just like, all right, go to sleep. Long rest. Well,
I'm doing a watch.
doing a watch,
Doing
people
a watch.
rotating through watches.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check on the first watch.
Oh fuck, we're all gonna have to roll a perception check.
No, just the one.
That's the one who's actually awake.
That is a 13.
I'm in a trance.
You see nothing. Nothing really occurs. Right?
I don't
You watch.
like when that simply said you see nothing.
That's the safe way. Anything.
Is someone taking the second watch?
I'll take it.
Wait, when do you take the last one?
She only needs like 4 hours of
Well,
sleep.
Does it?
she only needs 4 hours.
Yeah. I
Mid
mean, I
watch
could
is
take all
perfect
the
for you.
watches. I mean,
Yeah.
after
Middle
first.
watch is quite literally her just being up the rest of the
I was gonna
I
say,
was gonna say, I only need the
first
first
watch is the only
essentially.
one that needs to be taken.
Yeah.
And then she can take it.
That was a chunk.
What am I doing again?
Perception.
Perceiving.
See, this is what irks me. It's I got a 22 passive and I can never roll.
At 24.
I
24.
can never roll anything good.
Okay. There are some small wildlife that go about. There's a particular type of creature that you've never seen before. It's this little. It's bipedal.
Oh.
I don't like that.
It's. Think.
Nightmare to skinwalkers.
It's almost like the size of a lizard, but it's got these like what seems like a powerful hind legs. Think almost like a really really small like raptor of some form. Maybe only a few feet tall when it's standing on its hind legs. Its head is the weirdest part. It does not have any front arms in any regard, so it's just the two bipedal sections. And its head, it's got 2 eyes on the side, but its mouth goes vertically up its head.
It sounds neat.
It's open sideways.
I would like this to die. Phelan does not like this.
Psychic knife.
You see a few throughout the night.
No,
What's a few?
I do not.
Just turn over
They do not seem aggressive towards you.
Are they looking at me funny though?
They're not even.
I
You
would
can't
like
even
s-
tell where those eyes are looking.
I would try to stare them down.
They're the.
What do you mean I can't tell? I've got dark vision. Are they that? Are they?
They're itty bitty, completely black eyes. There is no peep.
Dark vision is
upon
not
those
night
eyes.
vision.
So they're peeking out the side. They don't move close
So when I
to
roll
your
here,
camp
it's good.
at all.
It's only up there. It's
They
fine.
stay at their distance. They seem to be nocturnal walkers, and they are hunting.
Because
by
you're using
area.
it for every roll.
You're right.
The tower's got to be saved for really special rolls.
You're right.
Like,
So do you stay at camp? Do you go follow one of these little things, see what it's doing?
Yeah, go follow.
No, I'm not
see
gonna
what-
follow it, but I might like circle around camp and see how many I see. Like if they're like interested in our campground, or maybe anything we might have.
So throughout the next 6 to 8 hours, well, 4 until most of the group wakes up, closer to 6 to 8 before Orville is completely rested. Before everyone gets up, you see 11 throughout the night.
Too many.
As
Oh my
you're circling the camp, you see one of them seemingly it found something to hunt. And as it does, you see this like weird, goopy, light green liquid pulsing off of its teeth as it just sprints off into the distance, seemingly caught the scent of something.
Guys, I found something and I don't like it. I saw plenty of these things throughout the. I mean,
Well, they look like a bipedal lizard with eyes on the side of his
on
head.
the side of its head and his mouth up, going upwards.
Would
That's
I-
freaky.
would
Yeah, never heard of it.
Do I
That's
have
weird.
any idea of these creatures?
Absolutely not.
No, I'm guessing they're not sort of fake.
None
If
of you
any
know
come
anything.
closer,
Even Winton, they describe it to you, and you're like, I've never heard of anything.
Not
Can I
fake.
please, for the love of God, use my +7 on something?
You're welcome to try.
They have nothing
if
to do
I
with
see
fake
another
being
one,
around
I'd like
dead.
to use my short bow.
These demon
in the
creatures
morning,
aren't fake being around dead.
I was like, oh,
That's terrifying.
Claire, I was like, could I see that book that you've been reading? I was just curious if it's appropriate
I'm gonna
for
buy a new set
my
of
nephew.
dice. Like unironically.
Well, yeah,
I actually
kind
haven't
of-
rolled above a 12
You'll
for
only
like
want
3
I don't
sessions.
suggest-
That's your
And as I headed back
I'm
to,
using 4 sets
I
right
have
now.
One of them, only
the
one of them
notes
is yours.
and mine
Yeah,
in
so
there.
That's the problem.
The uglier the die, the
okay.
better it rolls.
Okay, so
Consistency.
unless you missed that.
That's why I've got
Okay.
six right away.
So-
3
He
solid
handed
color
me.
D20s.
I gave him my book because he asked for it, and then in the book when he gave it back to me was
Just
the
start
note
rolling on the
and his
computer.
note.
Okay.
So
True
I
wins in
shall.
this will be better than whatever I've got
Next
right
time
now.
we are
Just do a
stopped.
perception check on that.
Or
It won't matter. Just go.
actually, technically,
It's down.
Technically,
I have.
Is it?
I have
It'll
psychic
be
veil.
No, you cannot.
Just go 15s, man. All day long.
You'll be really lucky
But I
when
can't
you
use
see
it again. Oh, unless I use
we just had a long rest. It's a new day.
Yeah.
You just really
But-
have to hope not to roll.
Well,
It's
I
really-
can.
can't
Once
do
you use
shit.
it, you can't do so again until you
Yeah,
finish
it's
a long
not
rest
really
unless you
so-
expend a psionic energy die to restore your use of it. So I
Alright.
could restore my use.
Whoa.
We just
To be
it's
used
no,
as
it's a
a-
long rest. We just had a long rest.
Yeah, she didn't use it yesterday.
Yeah, but I
So
didn't use
See,
it yesterday.
Your bonus
Wait.
is
No, you
almost as
didn't.
much
You
as I
used your
rolled
psychic.
with my
No,
bonus.
yes, but what I'm saying is we're about to go into Zim
It is on
at the end of this next day.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to have that available, but I could just
We have a
extend
half day travel to Zen.
Extend
We'll
it.
get it done before we get
energy.
there.
Yeah.
But
So I'll just say that I use that, and then I might
I'm also just not
expend a die
like a good character.
Okay.
to if I,
I mean,
want
it
to use
just
it again.
makes you invisible.
I really like the
For an
idea
hour.
of my character.
It gives you the
just doesn't have
standard.
anything to
It's
do with
effectively
practice.
a standard casting of invisibility, which is the second level spell. If you deal damage or interact with anything,
Yeah, it
Spectator in
goes
this
away.
campaign.
yeah.
Okay, so I guess I would use that to make my own forgery, and then maybe I'll hand you. Do I have it? Or maybe while I'm invisible, I'll just like sneak it into his lapel and put a little tap on his
Okay.
tap on his
So
shoulder.
as you go ahead and do that,
Roll the hit.
I will have you go ahead and give me. Are you proficient in forgery?
Yeah.
You are proficient. Okay. So
shocker.
here's what I'll do. The DC will be a little bit higher because the paper that it was used on, you don't have that type of
That
paper.
exact paper.
So you have to, since he's already failed on it, the DC is a fair bit higher. Because you have to effectively wipe clean his words and then rewrite it all yourself.
Okay, I was just giving it the copies so she knows what I want it to say.
Yeah.
And,
I
you
know.
know,
But like
so-
on the original
But I
piece
need
of
to do
paper,
it
she
on the
still has to
original paper.
wipe it clean again and then write down
Oh,
on it.
we're not changing his paper.
No, I understand.
Okay,
I understand.
you're good. You're good.
You just already changed his words, cleaned it,
On a
and
different
changed his words on the piece of paper that was inside the letter. Like the letter is that type of paper. You did not have another of that type of paper. So you have to use this note. You have to use that piece of paper.
We're
So
supposed
I
to-
can't
Why the fuck have we spent 15
use.
minutes trying to forge a letter that we don't need to
Because
forge?
when we get there, it
Because I
says
get there.
we
We
have
do-
to be sent away immediately.
Yeah.
Basically to our home. So
That
if
we
we
need to
get
be
there,
given
that's
permissions
fine.
into
No,
leaving.
we need to stay there.
Not
we
if
can't
we're
be
trying to
sent
look
I
for
away.
understand that we don't. Fucking hell, never mind.
It's okay. It's just
Ethan's like, let's just kill the whole city of a
I
million
don't
people."
understand why we're doing this. I truly don't. We don't need to be doing this.
Regardless, I will let you
What
roll
is my
roll
name?
sleight of
Yeah.
hand. So it would be sleight of hand plus proficiency, so plus 22.
Like getting stuck is
You're
tempting.
using like the
So
big
5 plus 22.
It's 27.
27.
Okay, well, 25 was the DC.
I literally had to roll a 2. Or like a 3.
Not
whatever.
impossible.
it could happen.
It is.
I've been doing that.
I mean,
Yes, he
I
has.
mean, it could be even.
Sorry.
And if you failed, you would have scrapped the paper.
Did I
Oh,
not hit the
damn.
dice?
No,
I'm
they were
sorry.
talking about bad.
I didn't mean to look.
I just
That's
was
my
apologizing.
bad.
No, you're
Like, guys,
You can curse the dice.
I swear, dude, I actually
So-
am.
Don't worry, it was a
we
5.
can
but it
discuss
was
what
still
you guys
27.
change it to later. With that, you are successfully able to change it.
I'll change it. Slip
It
in.
is not the perfect
Yeah.
forgery, but it'll likely convince who's ever at the front gate.
And we can get a little water, a little whatever on it.
Yeah.
Good piss.
I'll go with that.
So, with that,
Is it a little?
you guys spend the rest of the day moving. You don't see anyone along the road, which starts getting a little bit more stranger as you get along a more main thoroughfare. But sometime in the midday, you're only a few hours out from Zem, you do see there's like a fork, but it's going into one road, so you're a part of the fork.
Okay.
And 2 other roads combine with the road you're in, and there are carts along the way. About an hour from that point, after you guys kind of have slowed to a canter on your Eodins, you find yourself with a bridge in front of you.
I'm gonna say it.
Except this bridge is nearly 80 feet wide. This bridge also, seemingly, you guys have been going uphill for a little bit. Just a little while. And the slight incline, as you get up to it, you see this bridge, and you see descending down nearly 120 feet. You see the bottom of the marsh, which is this thick flora. Just miles on miles that you can see in pretty much any direction. This is the bridge to Zem.
Bridge of what? Bridge
To Zem.
Oh.
One of the 4 bridges to Zem. This is one of the bridges that will enter you into the top layer of the city. As you guys get on the bridge and begin moving, we're going to end our session here, and we will pick up as you guys approach the gates of Zem. I want to again acknowledge very big bridge, very long. You guys will be spending nearly 3 miles of travel time on this bridge. And this is one of many bridges that approach the city of Zem. So, hope you all had fun. We won't see each other for at least a couple weeks.
I'm sorry.
Big sad.
When's
slackers.
our next meeting?
We're gonna go ahead and end the recording there.